Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and don't forget to share the link of our video with everybody you see or you know. Today our topic is about who is the one is deceived. Actually, I just saw a video sent by Sheikh Ahmed. You know him, he's an admin, he's an ex-Muslim from Turkey. He's showing me a person who is a Muslim living in America, supposedly is a famous YouTuber, and he was talking about how a Muslim guy from Yemen who live in USA was killed when he went back to Yemen, not when he is living between the kuffar and the drunk. You see, the Muslims, because they are people who believe they are supreme. You can go watch his video. They are white supremacist people. Even some of them, they are not white. But the truth is, Islam is a white supremacist cult. And they think they are supreme in everything. If you watch this guy, he will say to you, he was saying, oh, this brother, he was living between the drunken, the kuffar, the infidels, the one who drink and do bad thing, blah, 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 blah. But brother, when they call the ambulance, they come to him. You see the hypocrisy, how stupid he is. How they are drunken and how when you call the ambulance, they come to you. How they are drunken and they respect you. Maybe they respect you because they are drunken, maybe. So Muhammad, and he died to come to America, and then when he come to America, he started calling the American kuffar. You can watch the video of Sheikh Ahmed, and you will see what I'm talking about. And don't forget to subscribe to his channel. Now, today our topic is more than about such a thing about deception. And actually, this is one of the deception of Muslims have. They think that they are supreme, and they think they are the right one, and everyone is down low. He is an animal. Actually, the Quran says that anyone is not a Muslim, he is equal to animals. Kal an'am. In front of us, we have an example of those people who teach, like in Indonesia, that Muslims are supremacists and the rest are garbage. And we challenge all Muslims who claim to be a cleric or scholars to feel free to call me, and I will be happy to have you live on air. And I have no conditions. You see, the Muslims, when they want to debate somebody, if we can call it a debate, they start putting the conditions, because they are, especially if you are someone like me, they put a lot of conditions because they are very much afraid of what's going to happen. People who put conditions because of what? Why you say, if I want to debate you, we have to do this? I mean, okay, you see people like, those potatoes in YouTube saying, I like boxing. Who want to do boxing with me? And okay, boxing, Okay, no problem. Do you want to box me? Here. This is my boxing match. Why you want to put conditions? So when a Muslim, he tried to debate you, he tried to put your hands, the first conditions, you don't use your hands. Second conditions, you don't open your mouth. Third conditions, we talk as much as we want. Fourth conditions, you don't talk at all. This is what they want. They want somebody who knows nothing. Even if he talk, he say nothing. This is why they line up to debate someone. He have blue eyes. He know nothing about Islam. But when we show up online, we don't see the Muslims who want to debate us. All right? Anyway, somebody asked Zakir Naik a question. And by the way, I'm going to open Skype in case you are a Muslim. And as you know, we don't have conditions. You speak nice, we speak nicer to you. You speak rude, I will whip the floor with your face, as usual. I think by now people know me. You are kind, I'm more kind than you. You are rude, well, have fun. From last time, there's a person, his name is Drax. and he said he's a Muslim. Let us see if we can call him to start our topic for today. Okay, look like he is not there. I know. We called him. Any Muslim would like me to call you? And you claim to be somebody who can answer? If you are, please let me know, and I will be happy to call you immediately. In fact, if you watch all my videos, the Muslims, when they call me, they say to us the most silly, stupid things about their God. Last time we have a Muslim call me, if you remember, he said Allah is, his name is Abdul Wasiya. Okay, why he's calling his name Al-Wasiya, the slave of Al-Wasiya? Because supposedly Allah have one name, one of the names of his names is Al-Wasiya. What the Wasiya mean? The large. I mean, have you ever heard of religion? Their God is large. In Islam, size does matter. And I asked him, what Abdul Wasiya mean? I know for sure what the word mean in Arabic. He said, the slave of the large. I said, how large is Allah? He's larger than the chair he sit in? He said, yes. I said, so high he can sit in it. He said, no, he's smaller. I said, how smaller? So the second you start asking questions, you will see how the religion collapse. This religion is fine, you know, I mean, not in general, like, you know, the idea of there's one God and the Prophet Muhammad was amazing, but yet he's a child molester, yet he is a drunk man, yet he married his wife by making the father drunk, yet he could not recognize the devil from shaitan, yet he imagined himself having sex, but in fact he did not, yet he was bewitched, all kinds of things. Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Hey Sheikh Muhammad, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How about you?
You are fine, how's that?
I'm fine, yes, I'm fine. Last time we have talked together, you have given me a exercise. I
gave an exercise?
Yes, to read that and that hadith.
Okay. And?
Because there are some hadith that I don't know, and I have read them.
All right.
And I found a few, not only a few, a bunch of hadiths and things that I don't searched, and I asked myself why they have written such
embarrassing
stuff. I don't understand it really. Yeah. Why they have written such stuff.
Okay. So.
And then I had searched for many more things, and I have a question which is important. You are a Christian.
Yeah.
Which one of the Christians is the truth one? Because of the Catholics, they are praying also to Maria and statues and things like that. They are like the old Jews who have celebrated a cow and things like that. And which one of the Christians are the right Christians? I don't understand that.
Okay. Can I answer you now?
Yes.
Well, you know, there's nothing is called which one of them is right and which one of them is wrong. The one is right, doesn't matter which one. Which mean if a church teaching something against the Bible, it is against the Bible, and that will make it wrong. But doesn't mean they make them wrong in everything. As an example, you mentioned that Catholic, they pray in front of statues. That is absolutely wrong. But the Catholic don't pray to Mary. That's not true. You see, when the Catholic, the rosary is not praying to Mary. The rosary is asking Mary to pray for them. So this is not accurate. You know, when people they say that to you, they are not being truthful. Same time, if I do something wrong, still I am a Christian, because this is what Christianity exists for. Because we are wrong, Jesus came, not because we are right. If everybody is right, then there is no need for Jesus to come. So Jesus did not come because we are right. Jesus came because all of us, we are wrong. So if somebody is doing a wrong practice, that does not make Christianity wrong. That make the practice wrong. You know,
it seems to me like some of the Christians are believing wrong.
Well, you know, when you practice something wrong, obviously you believe in it, right? But at the end of the day, the one who is doing that wrong, is he doing something really, I mean, let us say, he believes in Jesus as God, he believes in the crucifixion, he believes in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. This is Christianity. The rest is mostly is a tradition. It's not really a belief, because we don't find a base for it in any book. You know, even the Bible says, don't make images for what is up in heaven or down in earth. Okay, so the Bible forbid us from even making images for the purpose of worship. So if somebody make those images for the purpose of worship, that is absolutely wrong. So this is his wrong. This is not Christianity being wrong. But doesn't mean that those people, they are not Christians. No, they are. But they practice something wrong. And there's not a single person in this earth don't practice something wrong. You know what I mean? Okay. Because this is our nature. We are wrong. But in the same time, hold on.
How I can know which is right?
Very easy. The Bible is there. Whatever Jesus said is what is right. Very easy. You know, even
which one I can. But
there's nothing. There's nothing. It's called which one. There's nothing. It's called which one. The Bible is the Bible. There's nothing. It's which one. We have many translations, yes, but the Bible is one book. The translation can be different.
But you have to have a community. You know what I mean?
No.
Which community is the right one?
No, my community is Jesus, not the community. The community needs Jesus, not Jesus need the community. So if you follow Jesus, you don't follow a community. We are not a tradition. We are not a tribe. We are not a corporation. We are not an organization. All of us, we belong to one Lord. His name is the Messiah. So if you are looking for community, you are wrong, because all community in the world are wrong. This is why we have sin everywhere. This is why we have crimes everywhere. So you will find even a priest is a child molester like Muhammad, correct? Okay.
Yes.
So how he can be a priest and a child molester? Because simply Satan exists everywhere. The Lord, he says, be aware of false teachers. They will come to you in the clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves. So always those who they are trying to make you go in the wrong, they dress as sheep. They don't come to you usually as a wolf, because if they come to you as a wolf, you will shoot them, right? So what they will do, they will dress as a sheep, so you will think they are a sheep, then you trust them, and then you they make them enter your house. So you, as a person who's asking questions, you do not need to trust Christian Prince in order to know Christianity. You need to trust only one person. His name is Jesus. Because who said that me, myself, I'm not a sinner?
But how can I ask? I don't get an answer.
No, you don't.
And the problem with my believing system, I have think a lot of them for the last days, and I thought, since I was a kid, I have learned everything I know from my grandmother, from my granddad, and then from imams in mosques and stuff like that. But they never showed me such stuff, and then I don't want to believe in it. And I saw more and more and more, and then I asked myself, why they are not showing that to me? I thought for a week ago, I thought my believing way is right, because I am not a liar. I am follow things straight on the things that I know. But these things, I don't know anything about it. And then I have seen it, and I ask myself, why never Imam have showed me them or stuff like that.
So you know, Muhammad, you know, are you telling me you are thinking to leave Islam?
I don't know, really. I don't know. But there's an emotion in me, and it says to me, maybe it's false.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe it's false.
How I can help you to confirm that it is not maybe, it is for sure cult? Let me ask you,
I
Muhammad.
don't know.
Okay,
I don't know how you can help me. I
okay,
I
Muhammad,
wanted
listen.
only to know from you because of this, because many of the Christians are worshipping statues and things like that.
No. There's
And
not.
I ask
There's not a
myself,
single. No, Muhammad. There's not a single Christian, even the Catholic.
I know
They don't.
one thing for real.
They
I know
don't
only
worship.
one thing for real, Christian. I know only one thing for real, that Jesus, Isa, is more. I don't want to say holy or stuff like that, but he lived a life without sin, with miracles, no war, never killed a person, never do a sin. And I think he's a good person who can to follow is right. To follow such a person, it was very right. It was nothing wrong with that.
Okay, Sheikh
That's
Muhammad.
what I know for sure. That's only the ones I know for sure is that.
Okay, but you see, you have a wrong information about Christians. I just told you that people they do wrong doesn't mean they are worshipping statues. If somebody, let us say, somebody praying in front of a picture, if he believes that that picture is God, then he is worshipping that picture. You know what I mean? If he pray in front of a statue, let us say, and he believes that a statue is God, then that make him for sure a pagan, and he have nothing to do with Christianity. But if somebody, I'm not trying to defend them, by the way, I believe this is all wrong, but I'm explaining to you why they do. Not because they believe that is God. They feel, you know, some people, they carry something from previous, you know, many they converted to Christianity, and they carry from the previous pagan practice, some pagan practice. So we do not need statues, and statues have nothing to do with God. This is Christianity. But as long a person who don't believe that the statue is God, that does not make him really worshipping statues, because he is not praying to the statues really, because he knows that this is just a statue. You hit it by a hammer, you can break it.
But if you say this, then you why are you talking negative about the Kaaba?
Oh, this is different, because Jesus never said to us to do.
Why this is different?
Hold on, it's different because Muhammad is the one who was kissing the black stone. So if Jesus was praying in front of his statues, then I would say I cannot blame the Christians who do wrong, you know, practice, because it's Jesus who told them. But Jesus never said that, right? But Muhammad is the one who kissed the black stone, correct?
Yes, but he don't know the stone is God.
Doesn't matter. You see, he is kissing it. Actually, this is more ugly, because there's no reason a person who somebody make a statue, let's say, for Mary, and he's asking Mary to pray for him. He's not even praying to Mary. He's asking Mary to pray for him. That is, you know, this is very wrong and have nothing to do with the Christianity. But he is not following God by practicing that. But when a Muhammad, he do kiss the stone, and there's no explanation. You ask all Muslims, why Muhammad kissed the stone? Can you tell me?
Because the people earlier days have done it.
No, so you follow people. You are a prophet of God. You brought monotheism. The people before, they did that because they are pagan Arab, supposedly, and now supposedly you are a person.
But the Christianity have also took some things from the old, from their old days, from the previous days,
like what?
And took the stamp of Christianity on it.
Like what?
Like how they call it in Christianity, with water, to put a man down in water and then he is a Christian.
Baptism, right?
Baptism, yes.
No. You see,
that was written before Christianity. That was there.
Was written where?
That was before Christianity.
Okay, where?
You can read it too. You are well known with this topic. You know it.
No, I see. Obviously, you do not know what Christianity is. Christianity is not when Jesus came. Christianity is from the time of Adam, because all the purpose of mankind is to believe in Jesus. So all mankind, they are waiting for Christ to come, and Christ, he came. So Christianity exists from the beginning. So if Adam was a person who spoke to God and God spoke to him, then God, he gave Adam rules. And those rules, we don't have full details of them, but we have a simple story about God told him not to do that, which is supposed to eat him from the tree. But I believe the story is more complicated than just a tree, because do you think really God, he cared for a tree? No. God, he cared for being obedience or not. So Adam, he disobeyed. So obviously God, he gave Adam order. And then Adam, when he came to this earth, he told his children about God. They are not ignorant. So knowing the true God exists from the first man, not by when Jesus came as a human.
Yes.
From the first man, they knew about God, and God gave them rules, and God gave them knowledge, and God told them, and God sent messengers, and all those messengers is to prepare for Jesus. So for you, you might think, okay, or the baptism must be, if you read the Bible, actually, you will see that John the Baptist, this is why they call him John the Baptist, right?
Jesus never wanted someone to baptize other peoples.
No.
He never wanted stuff like that.
No. He himself, he got baptized. Don't say things without knowledge. So Jesus himself,
Jesus himself, as the baptized himself, only stands in the thing, in the thing, how they call it, bribe letter. Which letter is the one?
What is that?
I
understand. I don't understand what you're saying. What letter?
I have read a lot about that and watched a lot of videos about that. And Jesus himself doesn't want it as anybody else to baptize people.
When somebody says to you something, give it to me to show you that this is false. This is not true. The Bible says, go and teach and preach.
In the Hebrew letter.
Baptism in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Now listen.
In the Hebrew letter. Hebrew letter it says...
In the Hebrew letters, all the disciples of Jesus, they speak about baptism. If we go right now to any website, have the Bible translation, just type the word baptism, you will see it all over. So this is a false argument. Yeah.
The disciples have baptized, but not himself.
What do you mean he's not himself?
Not by himself. He doesn't baptize people.
This is why he did. Simply, you see the baptism.
He did it, but not with water.
He did it with what?
Not with water.
With what?
With Holy Spirit.
With the Holy Spirit. The baptism is the Holy Spirit baptism. The water is symbolic, how you are washing yourself from previous belief, pagan belief.
For example, John has baptized with water, and Jesus have baptized with Holy Ghost, and his disciples have baptized with water too.
Okay, hold on. See, Jesus himself, when he got the baptism, is additional, let us say, signal or message for those who are following him, the disciple, and everybody is watching, that he is the one people are watching for. This is why when the baptism happened, a voice came from heaven saying, "This is my only begotten Son." Right. So this is not a baptism really, as much as a confirmation that this is the Messiah people they are waiting for. Same time, Jesus himself, when he did baptize, he's saying us that you need to be baptized too, as to be a newborn again, which means you as a person who became a following Christ, in order to receive the Holy Spirit, you have to do baptism. And the baptism is not about the water. The baptism is about you confirming, announcing yourself as a Christian. And by doing that and washing all your previous belief, that will make you a new person. This is why we Christians, we believe in you, like born again. I'm sure you heard it many times from Christians. Born again Christian. Born again Christian is not a Protestant, is not a Catholic, is not Orthodox, is anyone who accepts Jesus as his Savior, and he decides to start a new life. Because you are born as a baby, maybe from a Muslim family like you, maybe from a Christian family.
Water or something like that.
But
you have only to say it.
No,
but you have to say it by your heart.
No. You see, this is your opinion, but I can show you an example that it's not what make you save is the baptism by the water. As an example, when there was a person next to Jesus on the cross.
Yes.
and then he said he believed in Jesus, and Jesus, he promised him to go to heaven. This guy, he did not do baptism.
I know this. I have read this.
Okay. This guy, he did not get baptism. This guy, he did not go in the water. He just said, I believe in you. All right? Okay. But this is for a person who have no choice to be baptized. This person is dying in the cross. So when we say baptism is necessarily, baptism is because Jesus, he told us that you announce yourself. The one who deny me, I deny him. That's what Jesus said. The one who deny me, okay, I deny him. So the baptism is like announcement that I don't deny Jesus, and I'm willing to take the risk. Even if he kill me, I'm not going to say Jesus is not my God. So by doing such an act, you are receiving the gift of God that you became his child. But doesn't mean that you cannot receive it. Let's say you live in Saudi Arabia, and there is nobody to do baptism for you. So, and you accepted Jesus, and I have many of them, tons of them, who accepted Jesus, and they live in Islamic countries, and there's nobody there to baptize them. What, that they will die and they are not believers? No, they will die as a believers. But if you get a chance to be baptized, then you should do the baptism. And the baptism is, let us say, is an act of worship to Christ too. Why? Because when I say I am a Christian, and a Christian mean following Christ, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Christ himself get baptized, so should I baptize too? Absolutely. Christ, he baptized to confirm to us that he is the Christ which he is, which the whole world is waiting for him. And even the one who baptized him, he announced that. And even the heaven announced that. Yeah.
John has baptized him,
yes. But as you see, John, before Christ, as you said, he was baptizing. This is why he's called John the Baptized, the Baptist. So, but doesn't mean that John, he was a pagan. John is a person, he's a great prophet of God, the same God, right? So when somebody say to you that baptism is something, is kind of a tradition, is a etc. They can say that as they wish, but for us, it's something more than a tradition. It's something spiritual. It is something unique. It is something I believe beautiful too, because there is a point in life when you change direction, and that point is going to be a point of history for you. Maybe it means nothing for somebody else, but for you, it's a point of history. Your life changed, and this is exactly what the baptism is. You switch.
But you don't have to. I understand it, right? But you don't.
Muhammad. It's not up to you to say you don't have to. You have to. This is not up to you. If you want to follow Christianity, this is what Jesus did. And so you do what Jesus did. If you don't accept, then you don't have to be a Christian too. It's not up to you to decide what is a Christianity or is not. I just gave you an example of a man who was dying on the cross next to Jesus. He was saved without being baptized, but he was in the cross. So if your scenario is the same as that person and you believe in Jesus, you are saved. Okay? So now if you are a person who believes in Jesus, and you have a chance to baptize, give me a reason why not to do it, if Jesus did it. Jesus, he fast. Well, do God need to fast? No. But he fast, so we fast. So that means fasting is something good. Fasting is something very, very unique. Fasting is you fighting your temptation, your all the things around you. So Jesus himself, he fast. So for sure you cannot fast like him, You cannot fast for 40 days without food and water. Nobody can do that. But you can fast still, and you can practice a human being fasting, a normal human being fasting, so you can fight your struggle. But it's not fasting will save you. Fasting will help you to be saved from temptation and etc. To control yourself. It's a training of self-control. Same time, it's you refusing everything around you to disturb you from being with God. So everything have a reason, and if you don't want to accept those reasons, then don't accept Christianity. We are not the same as Muslims. They practice hypocrisy. When they want, it's okay. When they want, it's not okay. As an example, fornication is haram, right? But then we do muta. right? Or we do zawaj al-misyar, or we do zawaj a friend, you know, marry a friend. You know, you go one night in the hotel once a week or twice a month, and that's opposed to his marriage. So, you know, the Islam is a religion of tricks, not religion really of rules, because all the rules
Why
have a trick.
that's my question. Can you give me an answer of that? Why they never told, for example, to me, stuff like that? Why I have to read it by myself? I have learned it by imams and sheikhs since I was a kid, since I was 5 or 4 years old, and never someone showed me stuff like that. Never. I have learned it all by heart. I can recite everything by heart, but I don't know about the other things. Why they have never?
Okay,
Why they never show something like that?
I will
Why?
tell you a problem you have, Sheikh.
I have lost. Maybe I have lost 30 years of my life. Maybe.
Yeah, Sheikh Ahmed, Muhammad. You last time when Abbas was talking, you recite for us some chapters, correct, by heart.
Yes.
Okay, one of them is about magic, is it?
Magic?
Yeah. Which one you recited?
You mean Nas?
Yeah.
Close up in Nas. You mean this?
Okay, can you say this chapter for us?
كلوز برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر فاسفاس الناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة فالناس.
What does that mean? Nothing. Stupid. Stupid Quran.
As they told it to me, I have to pray this one and Falak when I go to sleep and
No. I'm asking you what does this mean? No, this is another question. What does that mean? Silly, stupid. I mean, how you spend 30 years and you do not ask yourself how stupid this is?
They have taught me in which situations I have to pray this. They have taught me this.
Okay, no problem, but this is stupid. You know, what is waswas and what is khannas? This is just very stupid. This is silly. And then he says, among the genie, what is that? You know, so you will find that this is just empty words, have nothing. You know, Muhammad is trying to make a rap song, which is very silly, and it's not even to be made for kids. So, you know, when you recite it, you say, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ مَلِكِ النَّاسِ إِلَهِ النَّاسِ. What is that, مَلِكِ النَّاسِ? All right, I hope, let us see, guys, you hear me now? Am I heard now? All right, I apologize. What we can do, we lost our internet and our conversation totally lost. I had to restart my modem to make it work. We will try to contact Mr. Muhammad again. Give me a second, please. Please invite your friends. Here we go. Like, you know, we lost 1,000 people, but just because our connection is gone for a few seconds. All right, I see he's. Okay, look like he is not there right now. Hello?
Your connection is there.
Yeah, well, you know, I did recite the chapter, you know, seek refuge by Allah from the waswas, and the internet came back. So,
I thought maybe that's a sign or something like that.
A sign. Okay. That's a good one.
Really, this can be a big problem for me, you know. This can be a problem for me.
So you are a superstition person?
Like what?
Well, you know, you said it's a sign for you. What is the sign? That we lost our internet?
I don't know. Maybe to cut you. I don't know.
But he could not cut me. Here we go. I'm back.
I know.
So do you think this God Allah?
This can be a big problem.
I will go with you, Mr. Problem. So you think that now Allah, he lost the fight because I restarted my modem?
No.
Yeah, that's what happened. I just restarted my modem and everything is fine.
I said to you, restart your modem. I said it to you.
I know, but if Allah is the one who cut me off, well, I just cut off Allah, because based on what you're saying, Allah is trying to cut me off, and I respond to Allah by cutting him off by restarting the modem.
Yes.
Why Allah make me win and he lose then? And I'm getting him busted for tens of years. I mean, that's not 10, not 20, more. So this is how Allah, he make war now. He cut my modem. Is Allah the one who made the internet? Okay, I will go with you. Muhammad, he recite this verse, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then Muhammad, he recite other verse about magic. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did Muhammad was controlled by magic?
I read something like that.
What do you mean you read?
I think 3 days ago I have read something like that. He was on magic for 40 days, stuff like that.
So obviously Allah is a false god, because here we go. Muhammad, he said to you, if you recite this chapter, which is made supposedly to fight magic, black magic, you will not have magic. Muhammad, he says, if you eat 7 ajwa, no magic can affect you and no poison can kill you. And he have both.
Yes.
Okay, so now Muhammad, was he reciting the Quran?
Yes.
Every day, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so every day reciting the Quran did not protect him from black magic. So the Quran cannot stop anything. Allah cannot stop anything. Last time I spoke to a Muslim sheikh, he said it took Allah 12 months to release Muhammad from the magic. I said, why? He said, because Allah, he made for him, Shaitan, he made for him, or the magic was made in 12 knots. So now you are a person who believe that I can make a knot for you, and now I can control you from far distance, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think? Is that smart or something stupid?
This is way more than this.
What more this? What?
I can't say this is smart or stupid or stuff like that, because this is real magic, and
okay,
this is
why
really...
Muslim? Okay, why? So okay, hold on. Why people don't control those leaders in the world? I mean, if you can control somebody by a knot, can I control them? So we can control people then by a knot. So your prophet is a voodoo person. He's a pagan, because voodoo is a paganism. You are the one we're talking about paganism and doing something not having to do with God. So when you do such a thing, such a practice, obviously you are pagan. And when Muhammad, he says, if you read this chapter, then nobody can make a knot for you. So how come the Jewish guy, he made a knot for Muhammad and he controlled him? And always they blame the Jews for anything.
I don't know why.
No, because obviously this is fiction, this is lie. This guy is a mental ill. He blamed everything for the Jews. So he is a crazy. So they say he was bewitched. As simple as that. Who was going?
I think too that he have diseases. I have to tell it to you from our first talk.
Yeah, this is not a disease. This disease is something.
Because we have sex with 100 women.
That is a sexual disease. But here we are talking about mental illness.
But it makes you crazy in the head too.
I don't know if that will happen from a sexual disease. I'm not expert with sexual diseases. So, my friend, what confirmed to us that Muhammad was, according to Muslims, not according to us, he was bewitched, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the man who said to you, if you read Quran, Shaitan cannot bewitch you. How come the Quran did not work with him, and he is the one supposedly protected by his God?
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. So he's a fraud. And not only that, as long Muslims agree that Muhammad was deceived, that you see the title of our video is who is the one is deceived, Christians or Muslims? The story in front of us proves that Muhammad was deceived, because when you control somebody by a black magic, the Muslims believe in black magic, that means he was deceived. Because what black magic mean, you are not in control of what you do, and you do wrong things. So he was deceived, according to the Muslims, not according to me. So how the one is under the black magic, he is deceived, how he can be the one I trust to guide me?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So Muhammad is false. If you come to me with a saying a prayer like this will save you, and then you yourself, you are under the influence of what you taught me I can be saved from, that's mean you are not even praying. So there's one of two solutions. Either Muhammad, he never read Quran, he was a false person, because the Quran protect him if he is reading it, or Muhammad was reading the Quran and the Quran is a false book, and that's why he wasn't protected from the black magic. Correct?
My mind is flipping around.
Well, Muhammad, he said, as an example, Muhammad is a doctor too, and Allah told him medicine. The Muslim, they call it the Prophet medicine, Allah medicine. Muhammad, he said, he who eat 7 ajwa, 7 date fruit, every morning will not be affected by poison and magic. Okay, but Muhammad,
yes,
he had both.
I know this.
Muhammad, he died by poison, and he was infected by magic. Okay, so
I know.
So his Quran is not working, his ajwa is not working, and he is a false teacher. Everything happened is against, you know.
Actually, is against his own teachings.
Somebody saying in the chat, Christian Prince. I got you wrong. Sorry. He said Jesus could not be even tempted. That's true. You see, the Muslims sometimes they go and they say that Satan, when he come to Jesus, he tempt Jesus. Tempt is an act, but are you tempted? So Jesus, he never been under the influence of the temptation. Here you see Muhammad, according to the Muslims, and this is his wife saying that the prophet, he is imagining things, and in fact he did not. Why? Because he was bewitched. But who will believe in this? If we believe in it, it's a disaster. If we don't believe in it, it's more funny. Because if Muhammad really was bewitched by black magic, then he is satanic messenger, because as long as shaitan is controlling me, then I will be a messenger for shaitan. So Muhammad was speaking for more, according to Muslim, this has happened for a year. So for 1 year of the life of Muhammad, how many verses came from shaitan? And how a messenger of God, he was under the control of shaitan all this time, and Allah did not do anything about it. And where is the Quran to protect him? So what do you think? If I am you, I will leave Islam right away. You yourself, you said there is no one like Jesus. They have no sin. And you know, the second you say that, you accepted him as God, because every human being do sin. There's no human being, including me, including you, including anyone. Every human being is a sinner, except Jesus. So Jesus, he came in the flesh as a human being, but in fact, he is God in the flesh. And this is why he have no sin. Otherwise, he should have sin like all of us. So yes. if I am you, Sheikh Muhammad, I will accept Jesus right now as we speak, as Lord, as Savior. And obviously Muhammad, he cannot save himself. Here we go, shaitan controlling him, and he have no solution for it. So, do you accept the Lord, the Messiah, as your Savior, Sheikh Muhammad? He hung up. He hung up. You don't want to say. Moment of truth. Let us call him again. Okay, I'm not going to force you to say it. Maybe maybe you were crying. I'm not sure. But whatever you want, my friend. If you feel like you want to come and call, just call me. We have a Muslim in the chat. He was saying he left me many messages and he want to debate me. What is your name, my friend, in Skype? So I can call you right away. Yeah, Muhammad is saying he have to think. He have to think. Think. The person he said, he sent me many messages and he wanted to debate me. What is your name, my friend? His name is Yubut, I don't know, time, Yubut time, I don't know what does that name mean. What is your name in Skype? So I can call you immediately. Are you there? Where are you? So like what, you know, you post that you want to contact me, you want to debate me, but when we call you out, you are not there. What happened? Fake news? Okay. Who is a Muslim is willing to call? We have a Muslim, he's sending me a long text. I have a challenge for you as a Christian to refute me. Okay, his name is Muslim Warrior. Let us call him. The Muslim warrior turned to be not a warrior at all. He fly. But just to show you how stupid sometimes what Muslims they say to us, I find it very funny and very, very dummy. This guy is saying, the problem with the Christianity, there is no Sharia. My friend, it's you who don't have a Sharia. Sharia, I mean a law. God, he gave Moses a written law by his hand. You don't have it. By his hand. Your God, he gave you a law, and the law says you can go and do mut'ah. This is Sharia. Your God, he gave you a law. It says if you have a daughter from a daughter, you can sleep with her. This is a law. Your God, he gave you a law saying that you can divorce women by text messages. So all the rules you are talking about is the rules of the devil. This is not God. See, they think they are supreme. The land of deception, the land of corruption, the land of killing, all the caliphate of the Muslims killed by Muslims. Why? Because they are corrupt. Muhammad, he go to his son house when the wife is alone. What he did, he flirted with her. Is that the one who made the Sharia law for you? Is that what Sharia teach you? You go to the house of a person, he is your son, even if he is just a friend for the sake of argument. What kind of a man, he go to the house of a friend and he flirt with his wife and later he take her. So Muslims, they lie to themselves, believing somehow that they have Allah. Now the person, he said, he sent me many messages. I asked you many times, what is your name in Skype? Stop saying I send you many messages. I have thousands of people. Send me a message now. Send me a message now and tell me what's your name. Who as a Muslim is willing to call us, especially if you think you can prove us wrong? As you see, the hadith in front of us proving that Muhammad was deceived by the devil himself. Any Muslim? Michael, he's saying, Prince, many Christians and Muslims are both deceived because they believe in a false gospel. Well, obviously, Michael, you are the one who have the true gospel, don't you? And you are hiding it. This is an example of stupidity. When somebody, he says something. This is the impact of hashish. Prince, many Christians and Muslims are both deceived because they believe in a false gospel. Okay, do you have the real gospel? You're exactly like Muhammad. Muhammad, he says, I am the one who have the truth, okay, and I confirm what is the truth in the Bible. Okay, what is the Bible you confirm? Which one? Do you have it in your hand? He said, I confirm what is with you. Stupidity is amazing. He's reinstalling Skype, so he don't have a Skype, so he was texting me. Use what? Magical text? Your name is Aisha. The one is trying to... Aisha. Hello?
Hi, Christian Prince.
Hello, sorry, I thought you are a man calling himself Aisha. That was funny.
No, actually, yeah, so I know I have been watching your videos from so long. Like,
Okay.
I learned so much from you. You are doing a great work. But before that, I just wanted, in one video, I remember I have seen some reference showing that the beautiful woman used to go to Muhammad's tent. Like that, there was something.
Can you speak slower? Because, with my respect to you, your Indian accent is very little bit hard for me to understand when you speak fast.
Okay. No, in one of your earlier videos, in some video I have watched that beautiful girl used to go to Muhammad's tent like that. There was one video which I have watched, but I don't remember the reference where you have shown me. You have shown in that video. Is that clear?
A woman, Muhammad, he used to go to, she is beautiful?
No. Like if they are going for any war and all, like this best booty, 1/5 of the booty, all these things. Yes, I read even in the book. So like I have watched hundreds of videos. But in one video you have shown like the most beautiful girl used to go to Muhammad's tent like that. There was one video which I heard.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to understand what is your request. To be honest, like I have difficulty. In one video, I show a Muslim, a woman, they go to Muhammad.
No, like if they are going to win the war, in that crowd,
going to what? To win?
War. They used to go to wars, right?
Okay. So, yeah. Are you talking about when Muhammad, he says, go and attack the Roman to get the blondie girls?
And no, somewhere you have shown like the most beautiful girl used to go to Muhammad's tent, which means that that best part of the booty he used to take it kind of.
Oh yeah. So sure, like Safiya as an example. Safiya, when Muhammad he killed her family, first he gave her to Dahya al-Kalbi. So and then they told him that she is so beautiful. Why you give her to Dahya? So Muhammad he told Dahya to take 4 and give him Safiya, as you see here in the screen. So Safiya was given to Dahya al-Kalbi, and then, which means Dahya al-Kalbi he have her first to sleep with her, and then Muhammad, when he heard the news that she is so beautiful, Muhammad he told him, go and take 4 and give me Safiya, because she is very beautiful. She is the most beautiful girl in the tribe.
Sir, are you showing the reference now? I'm just not in front of the laptop. I'll just check it. Just few seconds.
Yeah, this is Sahih Bukhari. This is Sahih Bukhari, and there's tons of references. Not only this, you know, like this is ton.
Just a second. Just a second.
And like in this hadith here, it says he exchanged with 7 heads, not 4. The Prophet SAW bought Safiya for 7 slaves. From who? From Dahya. So Dahya, he took her as a part of the booty. Muhammad, he heard that she is the most beautiful girl. So Muhammad, he exchanged her for 7 slaves. So are you an ex-Muslim, Aisha?
Yeah, I left it long back.
Okay.
I have watched so many of your videos.
So why you left Islam?
No, I have watched hundreds of videos, maybe yours videos and David Wood's video, and
Okay.
and I have read 2 to 3 times of complete book. Like anyway, within by the time I started reading the Quran, within 1 week, I felt like okay, there is so much. Like I was not able to accept it, kind of. But anyway, it was good that I have started reading it.
All right. Well, feel free
Once I
to read my books. You know, you will educate yourself a lot.
also, but I don't know. I waited till some 25 days like that, but still it was. I mean, it didn't get delivered. I remember your books. I have ordered also, Deception of Allah, but I don't know why they have cancelled. I have ordered in Amazon.
Okay. So now we are showing you the reference. Anything else? Do you have any other questions?
No, I have one friend also now with me. Like he constantly, what he says is, like I used to show him that about your videos and some of the David Wood's videos also, and I used to show him right in front of the eyes also, like a few of the references which I have taken a note in the Quran. But what he constantly says is, like okay, whatever it is there, but I am not following all those things, so I'm not doing any harm, or I'm not going to kill any, I'm not killing any Christians, or I'm not doing anything wrong from my side. So how is it to me? Like, you got what I mean?
Yeah, but you know, if you don't do anything bad, as he said, doesn't make any difference, because still he is following the one who told him to do something bad. So he's decided not to do what Muhammad told him. And somebody in the text is saying to me, maybe you are asking about if Muhammad, his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her, correct? Is that the one you are asking for?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have the reference in front of me, but it's in Arabic. I can send you the link in Arabic, and this is from the official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And you can use Google translation, you know. I will post the link in the chat. Everybody can go and read, and just you don't need to know Arabic actually. Use Google translation, which is not Christian Prince translation, it's just automatic, and you will see it says that if his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her, so the Prophet, he can have her, he can sleep with her. So what kind of a prophet?
Then I have
Huh?
yeah, this one I have watched in multiple videos. Yeah, even I have downloaded few of the videos also.
So
This one I
why
have seen.
Muhammad is a
Very
person,
recent.
Muhammad is coming to serve God, and he is a servant of God, and now he wants your wife, if you are a man, and if his eyes fail into her and he like her, you have to divorce her. What is that? What kind of a privilege? And they are counting his privilege, and you will see most of them is about sex. All cult leaders, they share one thing: sex and money. All of them, they want
So
the followers, the women to sleep with them, and they want the money of the followers.
Sir, and I was going through one more reference, like I think yesterday or day before you have said this 1831, where they will be wearing these gold bracelets and green garments with silk, all these things. It was there, right, in 1831. So I was just showing it to my friend, but what he is saying is, like, that's okay. What's wrong with that? If you want to take all those things, you can take. If you don't want to take it, okay, you can, whatever you want, you can take it, kind of. So that was that was his response. You got what I mean?
Well, you know, this is very silly. You know, we are not kids; we are adult. and it's up to you. You take it, you don't take it. You know, this is not about, you see, we're talking here, we're questioning about the Prophet himself. This is not about, okay, Islam allow you to eat ice cream, you like to eat it, you don't eat it, who care? This is not the topic. The topic is, if Muhammad is a prophet, he came to fix the society, but a message from God. How he is fixing the society? By corrupting the society. How he fixes the society? By taking a woman, she is married to somebody else. How he fix society? By going and flirting with the wife, she is in the house of her husband. How he fix society? By having sex with the children. How he have success, fix society? By kidnapping women from their husbands. How he allow even men to rape women who they knew they are their cousins. They are their families. They are just because they took the other side. They do not want to believe in Islam. Go and kill them, attack them. And now we took the women. So he made a chapter saying it's forbidden for you women already married, except what? Except women you kidnap from their husbands. You know their husbands. You know their family. They are your neighbors or your cousins. And yet it's okay to kill the husband and to take the wife and to rape her, even if she is married. So if Muhammad came to fix the society, is the Muslim Islamic society now is fixed? Go and see. It is the most corrupt society ever. The police is corrupt. The judge is corrupt. The king is corrupt. The prince is corrupt. The sheikh is corrupt. You can't even let your, in Yemen, they make the children wear chastity belt, because if they send them in the street, they will be raped. So they send the child, in order to be safe, they put a chastity belt around his waist or her waist. Even if it's a boy, it doesn't matter. Actually, they like boys more. So they put a chastity belt around the kid and they put him in the street. The whole country in Yemen is taking hashish. Afghanistan, almost 97% of Afghani people, they practice hashish and drugs. So where is the fixed society? Bachabazi boy, go watch videos. Taliban, the leaders of the most religious Muslims in the world, they bring a kid, a boy, they put makeup in his face, and they make him dance for them. And after that, the leader, he will sleep with the boy. So Islam is fixing society in which way? Which mean, so when they say, and by the way, they are following the steps of Muhammad. Muhammad, he said, if Osama was a girl, I will dress him, and he was licking his face. So so this is a very evil cult.
Shown that reference. Could you please show it once again, please?
Sorry, again?
Could you please show that reference once again?
I mean, what difference? It's not a difference. This is how corrupt, hypocrite they are. This is not about different. If I am a person who believe that Islam is a lifestyle, and then this lifestyle says I can cheat on my wife, I can lie to my wife. The husband can lie to his wife. The wife can lie to her husband. What kind of a society the society is? And the Muslim, the excuse is, okay, if your wife, she is not beautiful, and she said to you, am I beautiful? What you will say to her? You're ugly. You lie to her. My friend, lying is lying. I mean, if you think she is not beautiful, why you marry her? This is stupid. This is a false excuse. So a Muslim woman, she converted to Islam after she married a Muslim man. And then she sent, it's on the internet, she's asking, my husband, he is a Jordanian, he went to Jordan, and he did lie to me. He told me he is not married to any women. I found that he is married. The sheikh, he answered, he said, first, you have no right to ask him such a question. Secondly, you have the right to lie to you. He have the right to lie to you about his marriage, second marriage. So if Islam fixing society, well, you cannot fix society by lies and liars and cheaters. And man lying to his wife and a wife lying to her husband. So in order to please her, so I lied to her in order to please her, and she lied to me in order to please me. So she asked him, did you cheat? She said no, because if I say yes, I will not please the spouse. So what kind of cult this cult is? In the same time with Jesus, it's forbid us from lying. Even oath is forbidden. Either you say yea, yea, or nay, nay, which means either you say yes, I did it, or you say no, I did not. Oath usually is for the liar. That, the person who would try to take an oath is somebody he lie all day long, and now because he is supposedly, now he is sincere, he will take an oath. That is a lifestyle of liars. So Jesus don't take oath. Muhammad, he keep taking oath. And even the Quran in chapter of At-Tahrim, verse number 2, you will see Allah, he released Muhammad from his oath. Why? He made an oath to his wives that he will not sleep with Mary the Copt. Second day he got horny. He told them, Allah, he released me from my oath. How you take an oath and Allah, he released you from your oath? So this man, he create religion as he wish, depend in his sexual desire. He don't have God. His God is what is between his legs. That is the truth.
Sir, actually, I have one friend with me who is a Muslim still. Like
Okay.
we have been discussing about these things from like so long, maybe more than 1 year. And I have shown few of the videos, but he is not like it's difficult to accept it, kind of, right?
Well, he can talk to me if you want. Give him my Skype, or you can invite him. He can join us.
No, I have shown like just few days back we were discussing about this. What is that? Going to his son's son's home, and this 66 sleeping with his maid, this one, and Aisha's marriage. All these things, like still how like he's feeling like maybe this is still correct, and how this is from God. Like I don't have any idea. Could you please show like something else more worse than these things in Quran?
See, okay. When ask him, when he say, as long as he don't want to talk to me directly, when he say it is from God, what is from God? What is can be from God? What makes something from God and something is not from God? Like now we are showing on the screen Muhammad take an oath. Is it from God that I can lie to my wife, take an oath, and I don't want to follow it? Is that from God? And then this God, he says to me, you don't need to follow your oath. What kind of God this God is? So if this is godly teaching, God is against taking his name in vain and using it to deceive people. So Muhammad, he took an oath to his wife saying, I'm not going to sleep with this girl. And then after that, he make a verse saying, Allah, he told me, don't keep your oath. What kind of religion this religion is? So after all what I said, he's asking you what's from God, what's not. A man, he sleep with his own son, wife, he take her, he sleep with her. He claimed that he is marrying her. When the woman, she asked him, what is the witnesses? He said, Allah and Jibreel. Well, I cannot sleep with any woman, and Allah and Jibreel is watching. Since when in Islam you can marry a woman without witnesses? So he created the rules, and he's above the rules. So if Muhammad is a prophet, he follow Allah, then he have to be a Muslim. And a Muslim is somebody, he follow the rules of Islam. But as you see, Muhammad, he have a rules above Muslims. I think she lost connection, or her connection is weak. Let us take a Muslim. You can call me later, and I encourage you to ask the Muslim to call me, your friend. Let us call this Muslim. He said he want to call me. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, my friend, you are a Muslim, right? You said you want to debate me.
Yeah, I'm Muslim, you know.
All right. Can you give me a second, please? I want to turn on the fan. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, my friend, go ahead. What do you want to say to us?
How you doing, man?
I'm fine. What makes Islam as a religion for you? Why you are a Muslim?
It's just by heritage, you know. Like you're born as a Muslim, you know, from a Muslim country, you know.
You have a bunch of kids around you. Can you like have a
I know. My kid is around me here, so
all
I
right.
don't know.
So okay, so you know you bow to God, and you know, but you know.
Yeah, I'm born from a Muslim country, and then I'm an African, you know.
Okay. Well, as long you are an African, African, do you think Muhammad is a person he like black people or he hate them?
Yeah, to the history that they taught all about Islam, to me, Muhammad is a straightforward person and he love everybody. So it's like when you grow as a child, you know how we Muslim become Muslim at the age of young, as a child, 7 years, you know? Yeah. So, you know, when you tell you everything, you cannot say, oh no, he's not, you know, you cannot say at that time he is not a good person. 7 years, I become Muslim. If I don't pray, I get they beat me up.
But you are a Muslim right now, right?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim.
Okay.
So when I grow up,
you're an adult.
I'm an adult now. I'm 37.
Okay. So the question is, Muhammad was a good person. He liked black people or he hate black people?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I said all the teaching that I learned about Muhammad, he loved everybody. you know, that's what I know. So when I came across your videos, I was shocked. And then, you know, social media, I saw a lot of videos, so I was so shocked. I went ahead and then I bought 2 of your book, Volume 1 and the Sex and Allah. I started Volume 1. So that's why I wanted to call you.
All right.
Yeah. So these are the things that, whatever you're saying about Islam, these are the things that we never know.
All right.
In Africa, we don't know that at all because we don't speak Arab.
Okay.
So when I read a book about, you said like Muhammad, one time they told him that somebody is so pious that, you know, this guy prayed too much, and I just read that in your book.
Yeah.
You know, so but they tell Muhammad about this guy, and then to me, if somebody tell me Muhammad is this, I'll be like, oh, he's gonna be really happy about this person. So, but you said when the guy went to the mosque and Muhammad sent people, you know, to kill that man, I was like, I was looking for it everywhere. I couldn't find it. I'm like, come, I bought this book and I opened the book. I found it in your book, but where can I have the reference? So I'm like, I got to ask CP, you know, because he's the one saying all these things. Because of you are a Christian, maybe you're not going to say anything good about Islam, to my understanding. So I'm like, but I didn't find it in the Islamic book. Or maybe I don't speak Arab.
Well, you know, when you say I cannot find it, well, don't I have the reference in my book?
The reference, that's what I'm saying, you know, maybe because I don't speak Arab. Yes. But sometimes I go to Google to check everything. Like if I heard you say something, I just was to Google to check everything. Because in Islam, we don't speak Arab. So you got to go to Islamic scholars, you got to go to this, everybody. So, you know, for me, it's easy. I go to Google and search. You know, yeah, because to me, Muhammad is holy. That's what they taught us about in Africa. He's holy. You know, Prophet Muhammad is this. I don't know if you know about Arab. I just memorized so many things like Khatamul Anbiya, wa Imamul Mursalin and stuff like that. You know, I don't even know the real meaning, but I know that when we die, that's what they said. When we die at the day of judgment, Muhammad is going to be the savior. You know, because they're going to ask Musa. I don't know if you heard about the history, but I can't see it anywhere. But they taught us over and over about this thing, like Khatamul Anbiya wa Imamul Mursalin and Muhammad. And so, like at the day of the judgment, Muhammad is going to be the one that's come.
This is because of their wrong understanding. The word Khatam does not mean the last prophet. The Khatam means the one who agree with them. He's, you know, he put his seal. He confirmed. This is why the Quran keeps saying, and we agree and confirming the book is with them. So Muhammad Khatim is a seal, but not a seal. Not he is the last prophet supposedly. He is he is the one who confirmed the books came before him. Now when somebody says to you, as an example, the reference you said to me, where I can find about Muhammad, he is ordering to kill a man. And the Muslims, I saw some Muslims saying, but we cannot find those references, you know, we cannot find those things because they don't want to find it. Here we go, I have it in front of me on screen. Took me 2 seconds to find it, you know. And I can use Google translation. I do not need to use any, this is a Muslim website, almaktaba.org. You know, this is a website made by Muslims.
What surah is this?
This is not surah, this is not surah. This is a story about Muhammad ordering to kill a man just because he is praying a lot. So Muhammad, he felt jealous. The man, he pray a lot. The Muslim talking about him, how good he is. For no reason, Muhammad, he said, who want to go and kill this guy? Like, why you want to kill this guy? I mean, this guy is a Muslim. He commit no crime. He did not kill anyone. He did not commit any reason for capital punishment.
Because I don't want to cut you off, but like I'm 37 years. I'm a Muslim. I pray 5 times a day. I know I fast in the month of Ramadan. I know I love everybody. But like what you're saying here, 37 years I'm in Africa. I have never heard about these things.
Okay.
So I'm like,
my friend, I have a request for you. I can send you the link right now to your Skype, and you can use Google Translation. And now forget about Christian Prince, what he's saying. This is a Muslim website. You can check it out. You can contact them. You can check with this website is coming from where, you know. And the website is not really important for me. The story with the reference. There is a reference there.
So now, because
Yeah.
When I say this, a lot of people like what I read from your book, and then when I start to ask people about this question, and then they're gonna be telling, yo, you gotta be careful about social media because there are so many people out there. But I'm a somebody who don't like I don't feel scared about like if something is real, it's real. No matter how much everybody challenge it, it's gonna stay real. So for the fact that a lot of people, like a lot of Muslim friends, they be like, oh, you ask so many questions, oh, you know, you are with Satan and all that. I know. I don't. I feel confused a little bit because I feel like when it's real,
okay, my friend,
you know, no matter how much you challenge it,
let us me and you do something useful instead of wasting time.
Okay.
I send you the link. You can open it to your site and you can click at Google Translation.
Okay.
And you can see. And again, don't forget to check the website. If this is maybe this is a Christian website, maybe this is a Christian Prince website, as they say.
Okay,
but remember, in that website, there's the reference of the books, which means the website is not important. What is important there is the reference. So here, Muhammad, the reference. And this is an article posted by a person. His name is Ahmed Dawood. He's saying, Abu Bakr Siddiq came to the Prophet. This is Google translation for the Arabic text, which means the translation will not be very good, accurate, but we'll do the job. Okay. So he came in the prayer, and he said, "O Messenger of Allah, I am such and such a valley of a man. Which means I saw a man in here. He is very good looking, and like you know, he looks so decent, you know, and he pray a lot, mutakhashsha. He pray a lot, you know. So everybody is wondering about how good he is, and then." The Prophet, peace be upon him, he says, go and kill him. The guy did not say anything yet. I mean, he just told him he pray a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I read, yeah.
Okay. Now, you can continue the story. And then he sent one after one. Ali, he sent Abu Bakr. They sent Abu Bakr, the guy was bowing down. Abu Bakr, he said, I could not kill him because he was bowing down to Allah. I was waiting for him to finish. But the guy don't stop praying. Then he sent Ali, then he sent, so look at this madness. And then the Muslims, they say this is a lie, it doesn't exist. If you go down with me, you will see the reference. This is Islamic books, forget about the website. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudari, Al-Khudari, Al-Muhaddith Al-Haythami, Al-Masdar Majma'u Al-Zawaid, page number 228, volume number 6. The hadith is Sahih. Does it say Sahih? Do you see it?
Yes. It says Sahih.
But if you ask Muslims, they say this is nowhere to be found. This story is a lie.
Yeah.
It's not there. You know, okay, and now we continue. The reference is not over. There's more reference. Hold on. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Hadith al-Albani, page number, hadith number 2506. Still they can't find it. And then all of this is reference. All of what you see here is reference. And yet the Muslims, they say, we cannot find it. Where we can find this?
Yeah, this is a little bit of a problem that we encounter because some of these things, like everywhere we come from is how we go with the teaching. So for us, everything about your video, I just started listening from, you know, to your channel like maybe 2 months ago. But everything I hear you said, I never heard about that in my whole life. And I'm 37. Imagine I never heard. When they say Islam, I think Islam is peace, you know, because my country, we are like 90% Muslims. It's love. We love everybody, you know. Wherever you come from, we love you.
Hey, come on, man. Are you from Nigeria?
No, I don't want to mention my country, but very close to Nigeria.
All right. Yeah. So, my friend, listen. Now, based on what I just showed you, and I show you reference, and by the way, you can just copy the text, copy one line, and search in the internet. You will find tons of websites. All of them are Islamic.
I'm definitely gonna go forward with that because this is why I call you. So now, I'm like, if I have to.
Based on this, my friend, based on this, do you think Muhammad is a good guy? I mean, the guy, obviously, he got jealous. People, they have attention. The spotlight now is not in Muhammad. So now everybody talking about this guy who is very good looking.
The way they teach me, I'm going to answer the way they teach me. The way they teach me, Muhammad is the best man. But the way you saying is not a good man.
It's not the way I'm saying. I'm showing you your books.
Yeah. Sorry, the reference that you given from the other side, he is not a good guy. But the way they taught
very
me,
evil. I mean, the guy, he did nothing. Don't the Muslims, they say that nobody should be killed. If somebody, they say to you that the Quran says, if someone killed a man as if he killed all mankind, correct?
All mankind, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what is the crime this guy he did? He was praying to Allah.
Allah.
So how that can be a crime? Like, did
That is
Muhammad
not-
convict him that he is a satanic person? Did he debate
Yeah.
him? He did not talk to him.
Yeah, like the guy face look like a
You know,
Satan, something like that.
So right away he said, this guy is a Satan, go and kill him. Why? Because he's jealous, obviously. Why? They are talking about him, how his bias he is, how nice he is, how wonderful he is, how a great believer he is. His crime, he is so good to Muhammad, he got jealous. They have a competition.
For you know, it's I think you know, if at all there is the hidden side about Islam is, you know, it's gonna be easy to deceive people like us who can't speak Arabic, because I always ask people like Muslim people about, can I pray in my local language, and they be like, no, you cannot pray in your local language. So I find that disturbing, because like I can't speak Arabic. I don't want to say anything that I don't know. Like I don't want to be like, you know, memorizing things that I don't even know the meaning. Like if I say like Sami Allahu liman hamda, I just know it, but I don't know what is the meaning. So, but they were like, oh, you know, you got to learn about it. I'm like, if I say it in my native language, you wouldn't, because Allah hear everything. I just go to certain surahs in the Quran and I say, here, Allah said, I hear everything. So if you hear everybody, then I think when I translate in my native, they said, no, you can't do that. You got to do it in Arabic. So I went to Dr. Sabi Ali, and Dr. Sabi Ali said, yes, you can pray in your, they said, no, this guy is so, I'm confused. I'm like, so if I ask you about that, how you see that, like?
Well, first of all, Shabir Ali, he say things, you know, so Shabir Ali is the kind, he preferred not to lose a Muslim, losing his faith, from saying the truth. So he say whatever people like to hear, you know. So Shabir Ali, obviously, he don't tell the truth, and they are right. But they are, but they are the same.
Reference.
But they are
he
the
also
same.
gave the reference about the Prophet Muhammad talking to the Persian, like if they could say it in their Persian language, you know, it means so much. If somebody could hear what they said, that means a lot to them.
What reference he gave you?
I think something like Imam Hanbali, something like that, I think, yeah, because I was listening to him rather, yeah.
Well, Imam Hanbal is not, you know, this is, you see, those are school of Sunni, and but they are not the prophet. You know, if Imam Hanbal he said something, doesn't make him really saying what Islam teach, because he is
so
just.
You are saying we can pray in our native language only in Arabic.
Okay, let us go to the Quran and see if we can or not. You know.
Okay.
The Quran speak clearly about why the Quran is in Arabic. Chapter 12, verse number 2. It says, we send down the Quran as in Arabic in order that you may learn wisdom. Correct? You might learn wisdom. This is the chapter of Yusuf, chapter 12, verse number 2. Okay. And then Allah, he says, we will tell you nicer stories, which for kids. But look, so in order to learn wisdom, you have to know Arabic. That's what the Quran is saying.
Yeah.
Okay. We continue. This is not the only. I mean, this is we just started. Chapter 13, verse number 37. The one, Allah is saying, thus we have revealed the judgment of authority in Arabic, where thou follow their vain. So if you are not going to do the Arabic, you are following your own temptation, your own desire. That's not from Allah.
What chapter is that?
Chapter 13, chapter 13, verse number 37.
Okay. But like, what's the name of the verse?
Arad, the chapter of the thunder.
Oh, okay.
The same chapter, the same chapter 13:13, where it says that the angels are, the thunder is an angel. That's why it's called a thunder. If you go to 13:13, it says, وَيُسَبِّحُ اللَّهُ بِحَمْدِهِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ, sorry, Ar-Ra'du. So Allah, the thunder, they praise Allah. I can take it as a metaphorical, but you will see that Muhammad, he made it clear that this is the angels. They are, the thunder is an angel, and he beat the, you know, he beat the cloud by a thunder belt. So this is how Muhammad explained thunder, proving to us again that he is a fabricator. Now we continue. We just showed you two, right? If you go to chapter 16, verse 103, it says, we know indeed that they say it is a man that teacheth him the tongue of him they wickedly point to, notably for foreign, while this is Arabic and pure. So what behind this verse, this is chapter 16, verse number 103. Muhammad, he go to two slaves, and they are from Assyrian, and they are teaching him about Judaism and about Christianity. And people, they saw him sitting a lot with them. And each time he sit with them, he come and he say what he learned from them. So they accuse him that you are learning from those guys. So he said to them, well, hold on. If I'm learning from them, those are not pure Arabic people. But I'm giving you a pure Arabic book, which is very silly. Because if you speak to me now in your, let us say you are from Nigeria, and I'm speaking to you in English, then I speak in Arabic to the people who speak Arabic, pure Arabic. That doesn't change anything. I just learned it from you.
Exactly.
You know, this is a very silly argument. However, so Muhammad, he is saying that the proof that this is a truth, it's a pure Arabic. So anything is not pure Arabic, is not this. The one who's talking here is Allah, remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of logic does God he have? Zero logic. Then he continue. And then he said, other verse in the Quran, I'm just giving you some, not all of them, because there are too many. Chapter 41, verse number 3. A book wherefore, a book whereof the verses are explained in detail. A Quran in Arabic. Okay, hold on. Guys, the Quran is explained in detail. So why we have 1 billion books to give interpretation?
Who understand,
For people who understand. So according to Allah, you don't understand. You're an idiot, you know, because you don't speak Arabic. So this is a stupid book. So Allah, he made the book in Arabic for those who understand the Arabic. Okay, but isn't it the Quran? Muslim, they claim it's a message for all mankind.
Yes.
And how you? And when they insist, you have to pray to Allah because this is an Arab supremacist.
Yeah, but I don't want to cut you off, but I want to say something like, to my understanding, a book whereof the verses are explained in details, a Quran in Arabic for people who understand. Is it telling Muhammad to tell the people of the Arabs about this teaching and then they're going to spread it to the whole mankind, or is it just for the Arab people?
My friend, if Allah, you know, if we go to different verses in the Quran, let me help you more. If we go to the Quran, we will find that Allah, he mentioned it clearly, that Allah, he never sent a messenger except in the tongue of his own people.
Yeah, I've read that one too.
Huh?
Yeah, I've read that one too.
Okay, chapter 14, verse number 4. So based on the Quran, you as a person who live in Africa, I don't know which country, let us say you are from, you know, Senegal or Zambia or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
All right.
So, in order Allah to send you a messenger, he have to be from your people and he have to speak your tongue. This is what the verse is saying, correct? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Is Muhammad from your people?
I mean, he's from the Arabs.
Okay. Is he a black person? He's an African? No.
He's an Arab. He's a white Arab.
All right. And do he speak your language?
He does not.
Okay. So the verse here is showing contradiction. Because if Muhammad is a messenger for all mankind and Allah, he sent this message to Muhammad in his time. You see, Muslim, they can say to you, oh, before Muhammad, that was for people before Muhammad. No.
Yeah.
This verse he received in Muhammad is the one who said that verse. So how this is for the one before it? It says, we never send a messenger except. So that is, we never send, that mean to the, to the moment.
I always ask people about that.
So how this can be a book of God for everybody when it says, in order to understand it, you have to know Arabic. And now in the same time he's saying, Allah never sent a messenger to any person unless he's from your nation.
To Africa.
Not only to Africa. No, so Africa is not going to be valid word because Africa have many languages and many ethnic, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So let us say there's 1,000 ethnic group in Africa. I don't know how many, but let us say for the sake of argument.
That's a lot.
Yeah, let us say 1,000 a group and 1,000 language. Then, according to this verse, Allah, he have to send 1,000 messenger at least for the 1,000 ethnic in 1,000 books languages. And the Quran explain why, which makes sense. In order to make it clear for them. You see it? That makes sense. So
absolutely, it make big sense.
Yeah. So if God when they send me a message, I mean, it doesn't make sense you give me a book in Chinese and then I have to pray to this God in Chinese, and now I'm a person hardly, maybe I don't even know how to write my own language. You know, how many people they can afford to go to school and learn in Africa? Specifically
Exactly,
African.
man. We don't have nothing, and you have to go to school. Your father don't have nothing, both your parents, and then you want to learn Arabic. It's not free. So like, how is this thing coming to me, and then none of my family is struggling with nothing?
And then you go to the
It's hard.
sheikh, and then you go to the sheikh, and the sheikh start beating the hell of you to repeat the Quran, which you don't understand. So you can memorize the Quran by heart, but you do not know what you are reading.
Yeah, this is what I don't like. I don't want to be memorizing things that I want to know every details. Like I always ask people, a lot of people that I ask, like, if you say Sami Allahu liman hamdu, what is the meaning? They're like, no, it's a prayer. I say, yeah, it's a prayer, but I want to know the meaning, because I want to know the meaning of what I'm doing. I spend my time praying a lot of time. I say the name of Muhammad a lot. So, I don't want to be wasting my time on things that I don't know the meaning. That's why people say that I ask so many questions. They say, you got to be careful because the way you're asking questions is not good for you. I said, I want to know the truth. That's why I end up searching until I found your channel. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to order his book. So when I saw that one, I'm like, I have to call him because I don't see the reference anywhere.
So my friend, after what we said, are you going to this? Are you like, do you make your mind to leave Islam?
No, I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to keep, like researching more and more to find the bigger truth, because I started listening to you not long ago.
Okay.
So, but your teachings helped me a lot because it makes me know more than what I didn't know. Which is really good.
Okay, let me ask you, just to make it more simple. What is keeping you now as a Muslim? Give me a reason. One reason.
Being born with something to live it in one day is not easy.
This is not my friend. Okay, let us say, my friend. Let us say I'm born with a mole, and then the doctor, he says this mole is going to cause cancer for you. Should I keep it forever because I'm born with it? So, secondly, there's nobody is born with something. That is not true, because I don't. Okay, so I did not change my father. I did not choose my father. I did not choose my mother. I did not choose my brothers. I did not choose my sisters. I did not choose my cousins. So, but can I get rid of them? Yes, I can get rid of them. The second you are born, you are individual. What if my dad is a criminal? What if my mom is a bad woman? What if my brother is a bad? So no, you can always get rid of anything bad around you. Doesn't matter who they are.
Yeah, that's why I'm searching for the truth. Because searching for the truth is not easy.
There's something I can help you with additional to what you said.
If you can help me, anything.
Yeah, but to make you have the final decision that Islam is really false. What is holding you? Because you're born with it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a few details.
Okay.
Born as a Muslim, and then all your family members Muslim, your country, everybody's Muslim, your friends, me, I'm just talking to you. Okay, but everyone around me is a Muslim. I miss all my Christian friends, but I know everyone around me, all my movement is Muslim. So like, just jump and make decision like that. I'll be lonely. I'll be very lonely. Like I'm not gonna have nobody to be around me.
You prefer to go to hell and not to be lonely.
No, I'm searching for the truth still, because I like I said, I order your books. I'm reading it. I didn't even finish it. So when I came across it, so that's why I want to do debate and ask, because I want to make sure
my
that.
Friend, I will give you time to search, and you're welcome to call me anytime, and you can invite your friends or sheikh. What about you call your sheikh?
I'm sharing your message a lot.
Yeah, call a sheikh. Tell him, well, I'm really this guy. We want somebody to answer him. So tell him. And I promise you, I will take care. I will speak nice to him, if he's a sheikh. And as you see, I'm talking nice to you, and you're a Muslim, right?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim.
Okay, so I will welcome him here. I will be happy to hear his opinion, how he can prove me wrong. Tell him, prove him wrong. I mean, we need somebody to prove him wrong, not by making videos refuting me by his talking to himself.
Yeah, you made a point here, because I was like, when I see you talking, and a lot of Muslims live in Islam. And then I see like people like Dr. Sabi Ali, I follow him a lot. So, and then you have like Dr. Zakir Naik, and I'm like, why is these people are not going to talk to CP? Because this guy you see somebody come to your family and taking all your kids, you're still looking at them like that. I'm like, it's not fair. Go there and talk to him, talk to him, so that, because we will rely more on Dr. Zakir Naik than you. Because if he says something like, if he debunk you, we'll be like, wow, alhamdulillah, finally CP. So this is my trouble too. Like, why are they not coming to you and then debate with you so that we could get more light? because you're Christian, they're Muslim, so we
My
will
friend,
listen more to
they
them.
avoid me. They avoid me for a very simple reason. They are coward and they do not dare to make a call as you did. For you, you don't lose your career if you call Christian Prince. For them, they will lose their career. They are liars and they are not scholars. And there's no scholar can defend Islam. Even the Quran says so. You see, like we just showed you, the Quran says we send the Quran in Arabic and we explain it, right? We explain it in details. Okay, what is the details?
There's no clear detail, you know.
So why we have Ibn Kathir and why we have Al-Qurtubi and why we have Al-Tabari and we have thousands of interpretation books? If the Quran, I mean, who can explain the Quran better than Allah? Think with me. Nobody, right?
Nobody. Maybe Muhammad.
Okay, not even Muhammad. So if the Quran saying Allah, he explained the Quran, and then we find that the Muslims, they have to make tens of thousands of books to explain the Quran, that's mean Allah, he failed to explain the Quran, and this verse is a fraud.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It sounds like that.
It is. And thank you, my friend.
Sound like, and yeah, I have a question. I don't know if you have so many people online, but I still have a question.
Sure. We have only 1,300 something, 400.
I don't know, maybe it could be a background because I see you just mastered this book, but there's a verse maybe in background, I don't know, it says like talking to Muhammad, like if you have a doubt, go and ask the people of the book. So when I take that argument to my friend, they said I'm getting it wrong because they pick up like a story where Muhammad was talking to like people, the Jews come to Muhammad about, you know, to swear by the Torah. I'm like, but I'm not seeing that here. This verse says if Muhammad have a doubt, he go back to the people of the book. So that's me. They are telling. Yeah, I don't know if you know that verse.
Yeah, no, this is actually in chapter 10, in chapter of Yunus. It says, if you were in doubt as to what we have revealed into thee, then and go and ask the people of the book. And here you see another stupid statement. Here, another stupid statement. Muslims, they don't need. I mean, Muslims, they just take it blindly. Okay, so Muhammad, if you have a doubt, go and ask the Christians and the Jews. About what? If they are liars, you ask them about what? If you came because they are lying, so you ask them about what? So if they are the one who will confirm the truth for you, that means they are truthful. Another stupid statement. Secondly, here it says, the Quran keeps saying the people of the book. Okay, how the Muslims they say that our book is corrupted, and then the stupid book keeps saying the people of the book?
Exactly.
You know? Because if we are people who have a corrupt book, then we don't deserve any title of people of the book. Because if somebody lost his hair, you don't say the guy with the hair. He don't have a hair no more. You know, this is a stupid statement. So if we search in the Quran, you will see the Quran rarely say the word Nasara, which is supposed to mean Christian, which is wrong. As usual, Muhammad is always wrong. And Yahud, which is supposed to mean Jews. But usually the Quran says Al-Kitab, Ahlul Kitab. Okay, Ahlul Kitab, the people of the book. Okay, hold on. Who are they? The people who have the book. Okay, who are they? The Christian and the Jews. Okay, hold on. So if they are the one who have the book, that's mean you don't have a book.
Yeah.
Is the Muslims are people of the book? No. So the Quran confirms two things. That we have a book, Muslims don't have a book.
Yeah,
in the same time, this statement confirms something more. Not only we have a book, they don't have a book. That means we have God, they don't have God. Because why Muhammad, he is not called from the people of the book? If he have a book already, it's called the Quran. So the Quran is not a book, obviously. It is a hadith. Hadith is a speech. A speech is not from God. And even the Quran says, and Rasul Kareem, this is the statement of a noble prophet. So this is the word of a noble prophet. Who is this man? Is that the word of God? No. It is not.
Yeah.
The Quran confirmed that.
Sometimes it's disturbing, you know.
Sometimes
because I said sometimes it's really disturbing. Like you spend your whole life, like 30 something years, like all your parents, everybody devoted, and all of a sudden you find out there's something is not really right, you know. Because I feel like if Islam is really light, you know, even though it will have some enemies, but the people will come out and defend it, right? You know, like speaking with the truth.
You see,
defend.
You see, defend, when people they say I defend, if your defense is silly, stupid, that's mean you're not defending. You are making it more horrible.
Yeah, because I like people like Dr. Zakir Naik and Sabi Ali should come and debate with you, and then we can see the light.
They will never dare.
But we don't.
They will never.
Yeah,
dare.
we don't speak Arabic. My doubt started like when I was in Africa. I have
Zakir Naik, he don't speak Arabic. Hold on, Zakir Naik don't speak Arabic. Ahmed Didat don't speak Arabic. All of them, they don't speak Arabic. They are doing business.
But they speak in Arabic.
No, they don't. Go and watch the videos of Didat. Go watch the video of Didat. He have an Arabic translator to translate what he is saying, and he said in the video, because I don't know Arabic, but still I can understand what the Quran is saying here. Go watch the video, so you will see an Arab guy translating to Ahmed Didat and translating what Ahmed Didat saying to the Arab. So the audience are Arab. Ahmed Didat, he don't speak Arabic, speak in English, and the translator is translating because he don't speak Arabic. So none of them speak Arabic. And let us see if they speak Arabic. Zakir Naik, you speak Arabic? He don't. He cannot even pronounce his prophet name correctly. But look here what happened. This is the Quran, chapter 69. It says, "This is verily the word of an honored messenger." Does it say that?
Yeah.
Okay, who is this honored messenger? Muhammad. Yeah. All right. How this honored messenger? He is the one who made the Quran. I thought this Quran is from God.
Yeah, because this is what they taught us, like it is from God.
Yeah, chapter 81, verse number 19. Again it says, "This is verily this is the word of most honorable messenger." Okay, well, what is the word? This chapter we are talking about, magic and stupid things and fictions and blah blah blah, and doesn't make sense anything there. And then he says, "And this is the word of an honorable messenger." Who is this honorable messenger? You see, is if the Quran is the word of Allah, and the Quran is saying this is the word of honorable messenger, that's mean if Allah is what it's meant, that's mean Allah is a messenger. He's not God. Correct? Let us say for the sake of argument, they will say to you, this is not the word of Muhammad. Okay, this is the word of Allah. Okay, I said, this is the word of who? They will say Allah. Okay, who is talking? Allah. He give it to who? They say Muhammad. Okay, the Quran says, verily this is the word of the most honorable messenger. Who is this messenger? Moment of silence.
Yeah.
Stupidity is amazing, my friend.
Yeah, it's so much contract, if you read the Quran, you read the Bible. I go by the English version, So when I see so many things, I keep asking my friends. Some of my friends, even, they don't want to answer me back, A lot of people that I talk right now, they're distance away from me, and they're my closest friend. We went to school, the same school, 12 years in class. But then they're telling me that you are living your way, man. And then they're, so when I ask them a lot of questions, they just now never talk to me. It's hard. So
well, my friend, I'm here to help you. And again, if you have any question, feel free. And I encourage you to call your sheikh and say, I want to hear. Choose the best sheikh in your country. Choose the best sheikh in your country. Tell him, please call this guy. A lot of Muslims leave in Islam because nobody is able to refute him. And let us see what he will say to you, and let me know. Maybe you can even record his voice message.
Yeah, I'll tell him about you,
Yeah, if he can record his voice, tell him I will record your voice message to show him that you accept the challenge, Sheikh. Tell him, can you please call him? He go live. Anyone can call him, and I can even, if you want, I can tell him in advance. But you don't need to tell me in advance. You can call me anytime, surprise me, take me into surprise, and push me, And then you will see that your Sheikh is not a Sheikh; he's a shaky Sheikh. So Islam is a religion. As long nobody question or ask any details. The second you ask details, you will find Islam collapse.
Yeah, I think that is even in the Quran, like we don't have to ask questions.
Yeah. Well, thank you, my friend, for calling. Let us see if we can take another Muslim.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Take care.
Okay.
Any Muslim would like to call us? Anyone? Okay, let us call this Muslim. Why this guy, he texts me if you don't want to call me? Look what this guy, he said, guys. You keep showing them a questionable hadith. This is a smart Muslim giving me a smart answer. Stop misleading people. You keep showing them a questionable hadith. You just said yourself, it's a questionable. Is it a questionable mean it's a lie? It's in Sahih Bukhari. Why you do this? Secondly, you idiot, if it's a questionable, why it's in your book? Guys, it's a questionable hadith, so why it is in your book? Didn't you Muslim question it before you put it there? Or you are a bunch of dummies who write books without knowing what you are writing? Huh? And this is the hadith you want me to show in the screen? Here we go, guys. Whoever possessed the following three qualities will have sweetness of faith. Did he say the word sweetness? Okay, he's trying to call. He missed the call. Oh, let's see. I didn't see it. Let's call him. Hello?
Hello. Christian Prince?
Ah, you are a girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you are a guy. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay, man. Thank you for calling me. I didn't think you were ever going to call me.
Oh, no, I called you many times, but, you know, you see, when I go live, I receive tens and tens and tens of messages. So I get, like, which one I will answer now, you know what I mean? So it's not I'm picking you up over somebody. I thought, actually, you are a guy. Actually, if you know you are a girl, I will not answer. Because Muslims, when we quote for them what Muhammad said and something dirty, they will say Christian Prince is speaking filthy to a Muslim woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say that sometimes you just show them hadiths that are taken a little bit out of context and it can mislead people.
Can you name one?
Yeah, of course I can name one. You were talking, like when I jumped on your live, you were talking about the bewitchment of the Prophet. And then you're like, oh, if he's bewitched, then you cannot trust him. But why don't you show them the full hadith like I just sent you?
Well, this is the okay. The hadith you sent me.
I just sent it to you.
Okay, my friend.
No. It talks about, look, it talks about, you know, he was bewitched and he was imagining that he had slept with his wives and all that.
Okay.
But if you read the rest of it,
all right,
it's talking about how Allah actually revealed to him what was happening, like the cure. Okay. So in the end, like Allah is the one that protected him and he's the one that cured him.
Okay.
So what's the deal? Like it's actually affirming to us that Allah does not abandon us and he's like, you know, like he's on our side. And I think you're misleading them by just reading the first part and leaving everything else out.
Okay. Guys, listen, our friend here, it's okay to call you friend?
Yeah, sure,
okay,
man.
Sure, but you know that this is not right in the Quran. Chapter 5, verse 51 says, take not Christian and Jews as friends. You know that, right? So, but that's why I'm asking you if it's okay. But listen. You just said you are the one who chose this hadith, and you are saying this is a correct hadith, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is confirming here that the Prophet, he imagined himself doing things, but he did not, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Including sexual intercourse, correct?
Right, yeah.
How bad the situation that a person, he think he's having sex, but in fact he did not? How bad? What do you think?
Look, I'm not saying that bewitchment is fine. I'm not saying that.
All I'm saying is... My friend, this is not the question. I'm asking you, how bad the situation of a person, he could not recognize between reality of a physical act, because sexual intercourse is not taking a bill, you know, like maybe, did I take my bill? Or maybe I forgot. This is going to happen to everybody, correct? Do you agree? Like, did I take a bill for my medicine? Maybe I forgot. That can happen, correct?
Yeah.
This can happen for a person who is not bewitched. Anyone, me and you, and anyone. So, but here is different. How somebody can be so much deceived to the point he think he had sex. That's mean he isn't totally an illusionate person. He could not recognize reality from illusion. So he is totally.
But in the end, he was delivered. In the end, the cure came
before
to
we
him.
arrive to the end, let us start
The
step
cure
by
came
step.
to him from Allah.
My friend,
And you're not mentioning that.
Do you have a name? Do you have a name?
You can call me Drax.
Drax. Okay, Drax. Listen.
Yeah.
I want to go with you. And before we arrive to the end, let us start from the beginning, because we have to analyze the situation. So you agree with me that Muhammad is in a stage of out of control. He cannot even his sex is not real. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So now we have a man. He is a prophet of God, and he was under black magic for a long period, according to Muslims, more than 12 months.
No, it's not a long period. I mean, it's
okay. How long?
It doesn't say, but he must not have, like, he couldn't have been in the same state for too long, because Allah revealed to him what was going on with him, and he lifted whatever black magic was done upon him, and he was able to be cured, and he actually even identified the person who done this to him.
Okay, are you saying
so
to
this
me,
wouldn't happen? So this is a protection.
Okay, hold on.
He's protected.
Are you saying to me things with knowledge, or you are guessing?
No, I'm not guessing. I'm reading the hadiths, like I said.
No, you are not reading. No, see, here we go.
I'm reading the exact same
This is your
hadiths I
official.
just sent.
This is your official Islamic website, Islam Web. I will show it on the screen. It took me 2 seconds. You know, I don't agree with them, by the way, but this is one of the answers. IslamWeb.net.
I'm not on YouTube.
Okay, no problem. I can give you the link. IslamWeb.net, but just be sure, please, to mute the YouTube so you don't have double sound. Okay. IslamWeb.net, and here the question. It is mentioned, you see, it's not me who is saying it's a year, it is you Muslim who say it's a year. هل صحيح ما ورد في بعض الروايات بأن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم سحر مدة عام كامل? Is it true that the stories mentioned, which mean by Muslim scholars, that the Prophet was under black magic for 1 full year, 1 whole year? The answer, you know? Okay. Do you see it? Let me give you the link. Hold on, because the link have Arabic, I have to shorten it. Hold on. I don't know if it's going to go on your Skype. Let me try, because it have an Arabic. You know, when you do search, you know, it shows Arabic in the search, and that forbid Google from accepting it. I don't know it's going to go to you. Can you click at the link there, please? I think it's working. Here we go. It's working.
Okay, I can check it out. One second.
Yeah, you can open it. And I don't know if you know Arabic or not. Do you know Arabic? If you don't know Arabic, you can use Google.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
You can use Google translation. Guys, the link I posted, does it work? Let me know, please. I just posted in the chat. Does it work? You guys were able to open it. Did you do yawning?
Yeah, I can open it.
I'm
looking at it.
Did you do yawn? You did yawning, right?
Sorry?
Did you do the yawning? I heard you yawning.
Sorry?
I heard you yawning.
No, I didn't.
Because yawning from shaitan, according to Muhammad, you know that, right? And sneezing from Allah.
No, I didn't say that, sir.
No, I'm saying, did you yawn?
Did I yawn?
Yeah.
No, I did not. I didn't. I was just like looking at the link you just sent me.
Yeah, because I'm warning you that because yawning is from shaitan according to the science of your prophet. You know, and this is the reference in front of you.
See now, like, where does it say that? Whoa.
Here we go. This is Sahih Hadith in front of you. I can show it to you from all books. According to your prophet, sneezing is from Allah, yawning is from shaitan. That's why I was like, what? Shaitan is there, you know? Because, you know, you are yawning. So, now, let us go back to our topic.
Let's go back to...
So now, let us use Google Translation. And here, I will click Translate. And you can do the same from your side. And we post it in the chat so everybody can do the same. The question is very simple. Is it true that it's mentioned in narration that the Messenger of Allah grant him peace, use magic, he was under magic translation, you know, Google translation is not good, for entire year. Does it say entire year? Do you see it? For entire year. Huh?
I'm on my phone, so it's really hard to translate it.
No problem. You can look in the screen, and you can do what we just did later.
Yep.
You have the reference anyway. So this is the fatwa, and the fatwa number is 6508787. I don't know. There's a zero next, and then it says. So is it true that he was under black magic for 1 year, according to narration? So when Christian Prince said to you 1 year, he's not making things up. Now the answer is saying it's mentioned in the Sahih. Where? In the Sahih and others. Okay, that the Prophet, he was bewitched by Zurayq ibn by a Jewish guy. His name is Zurayq. Okay, and then he says, okay. And the period during which magic struck him was 40 days. In some account, 6 months. and some scholars combined. Hold on. And some scholars combined two account of the duration, which means the end with it's a beginning and the end. It was 6 months, but it direct impact on him. This is a translation. It was only for 40 days. Do you agree with this? This is the answer of the Muslim official scholars.
Okay, so
at least it was 6 months. At least it was 6 months, and the direct impact, days. Which means Muhammad, he lost his mind, 40 days, and then he continued.
Okay, 6 months. From what I see here, it's saying that it's ambiguous. Like it's not clear exactly how much time.
Okay, how come this was clear for you? You said, okay, hold on. How you said to me that he doesn't say. I said to you 1 year. So why the Muslim they say 1 year? Or why the Muslim they say 6 months? And why the Muslim they say 40? If it's not clear, so you Muslim, you make things up, and then you tell us why you believe in what we say. It's you. This is your books.
Well, at the end of the day, though, like what I'm trying to get at is that at the end of the day,
my friend,
who delivered him? Hold on. Okay, why don't you say who
Hold on, I will give you the mic. What is confirmed here, that he was at least under black magic for 6 months, and 40 days was the most horrible. This is what it says in front of you. And I can show it in Arabic for those who speak Arabic. So 40 days was the most horrible, and it's confirmed for sure that it was 6 months. So now, Muhammad in the 6 months, he was a prophet of Allah, correct?
Yeah, of course.
He was giving Quran?
No? You cannot make assumptions. Look, you cannot make assumptions about things you don't know. So at the end of the day,
I'm not making assumption.
Yeah, so
I'm not making assumption. If there's anywhere in your book says that the Prophet, he stopped giving after this happened, he stopped giving Quran for 6 months. Can you show me a reference? No, not a single reference. So Muhammad was giving Quran. 6 months he is under black magic, as you Muslim claim, not me.
Or 40 days.
No. It says here. No. It says 40 days. 40 days where things is totally bad. He lost his mind. So 6 months total. This is what the page is saying. Yeah. This is what the page is saying, not me. You can read the Arabic. You can read the English. You can ask if you know any friend. So it says here. فهذا النص بين السنة التي وقع فيها السحر بين السنة أو سنة I'm not sure what you mean كما بين مدته أنه 40 يوما أو 6 أشهر ولم نقف على قول يزيد على 6 أشهر. So we are not sure, we never heard of something saying it was more than 6 months. So it was during the year of a 6 month, and the most horrible time استحكامه, it was here with 40 يوما من استحكامه. So the magic was totally in control for 30 days, but the magic was on him for 6 months. Now 40 days, 1 week, 1 day, 10 hours, it doesn't make any difference. You said to me your prophet is protected by Allah, correct?
Yes.
Okay, how Allah he protected Muhammad from the black magic? Tell us the story, please.
Okay, so look, you said the prophet, right? Like he He was under the influence for 40 days, but he got delivered by Allah.
6
and
months.
to and and to okay
6 months according to the page I showed you.
and okay, you're a Christian, right? So you believe that
my friend, don't change the question. I'm asking you how
I'm
Allah.
I'm
Okay,
trying to explain
because
to you
no,
why
you're going away from the question. Listen to the question. Listen to the question again, please, and then you can talk. How Allah saved Muhammad from the black magic? Muhammad, now you have black magic.
He did through revelation. He did through his dream, right?
No.
In the hadith I sent you. He showed him where the object
First of all, this is not a dream. That's not true. I don't want to say you're lying.
A revelation. I'm not lying.
Not revelation. Not revelation. Read the story. Read the story. He opened his chest. He make a surgery.
What surgery?
Did they make a surgery for him or not? How he did this help him to get rid of the? Did he open his chest?
He found He found the object that the guy used.
He did not. Okay, so the object is not in the chest of the Prophet, right?
No, he found it by a well.
So now, guys,
it was in a
the
well.
object is not in the chest of the Prophet. The object is where? In a whale, right?
Yes, read it.
You see,
it says
the reason I said to you, listen to me. The reason I said to you, open his chest, because there's a hadith says that the angels, they came to clean Muhammad from inside, from the dirt he have inside. Now you are confirming that this is different dirt. So now we have two problems. We have a prophet, he is so dirty to the point he needs a surgery to cut his chest, take off all things out.
No. See, you're not. That's
continue,
what
please.
I disagree with. You're just saying stuff
how
right
Allah,
now.
let's go back. You see, you're trying to avoid the question. How Allah saved Muhammad from the black magic?
He saved him by showing him exactly who did this. Did Allah
thing
show
on him, or Allah
and he cured him?
Did Allah
cured him?
Did Allah send two angels?
Yes, he sent two angels by his side, and from their
not
conversation,
Allah who showed him.
He understood.
Okay, it's not Allah who showed him.
Yeah, but it's Allah who he sent.
All right. So when you Muslim, you say Allah protect Muhammad. Do Allah need to send two angels to save him from black magic? Can't Allah he say?
Of course.
Hey Muhammad, black magic will not control you. Here we go.
No, I disagree.
Okay, isn't it the Quran says if Allah? Isn't it the Quran say?
The angels are the messengers. They're the messengers of God.
Hold on. Okay. Isn't it the Quran says?
Isn't
it the Quran says if Allah wants something to happen, He say be is going to be.
Okay.
Okay. Why Allah could not do that to Muhammad? He did not say be, and it was. Muhammad is suffering, as you see.
You cannot question. No. You cannot question how
no, I
God
can.
does
You cannot. No, I can. No, I can question. I can question because your God, Allah in the Quran says, if this is a book other than Allah.
You're telling me God in the Bible.
Hold on. Your God, Allah, He said, if this is a book not from Allah, you will find a lot of contradiction. And it says in the Quran, chapter 2, verse 117, as an example, if Allah wants something, He say be is going to be, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Allah, He wants His prophet to be saved from a horrible black magic.
Yes.
Can Allah save him by saying be, or He cannot?
Yes, He can, and He can also choose exactly how He's going to cure
But He
him.
did not.
So,
according to the story, it took a long time. Even
it's
after.
Not up to us. We are human beings. You are trying to get to.
Okay, hold on.
You cannot go into the mind of God.
All right. Let me prove to you. Let me prove to you that Muhammad is always under black magic. I don't believe in this black magic, by the way, but I believe he's a crazy man. Let me ask you, can you prove to me, can you give me something Muhammad he said after this, proving that he is not under black magic? After this incident where he is controlled by black magic.
He has gotten revelation after this. I'm not knowledgeable about exactly which verses. But
what is the last revelation Muhammad he received? Do you know?
The last revelation? I think it's like chapter, what was it? Surah. I'm not sure exactly, but I can look it up.
Well, you see, Muslims, they come to us and they say to us, Muhammad is not a madman.
I was trying to. But then,
if we go and see the revelation, I ask you, what is the when I said what is the last revelation, so you don't have an excuse to say.
Okay, look, I think the last one is the one where, you know, the God tells us that the religion has been perfected for us, and that it's
okay, guys, the last revelation, it is Allah. So he said to him, the religion is became perfected, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but this was in the beginning of the Quran.
Oh, yeah. So what's the deal? Like, I'm already aware that
you just proved to me. You just proved to me now by your choice that Muhammad was a madman, because if this is in the beginning of the Quran, in chapter 5, verse number 3, it says, "Today I completed your religion for you, accepted Islam for you, perfected my favor upon you." But then he gave us another 100 something verses.
No. The Quran is not arranged by like the order is not by revelation. It's, you know, it's ordered a different kind of.
Okay, hold on. Are you saying to me that this verse is inserted there by somebody? It's not there.
No. I am saying that when it got compiled, it didn't. You know, it got compiled in a way that didn't exactly follow the order of revelation.
Okay, I just say to you, when God compiled, is it your God who collected the Quran or Uthman?
He did, yeah. Uthman did, but it's through the guidance of, you know, guidance of the divine.
Who? Are you saying Uthman was a prophet too?
No, but people can be inspired.
So you're a prophet. No, you're a prophet. What inspired? Come on, don't say things. You know, did your prophet? The Quran says, "Inna alayna jam'uhu wa Qur'anahu." Collecting the Quran is on Allah, not on the man. This is why when Muslims,
and he did through people. God acts.
See, you are fabricating answer, because if he says it is on us, it means it is on us, not on the people. He did not say you collect the Quran and you preserve the Quran. We are the one who will preserve it. So when your God, he says it is on us, it means it is on us. So now you are changing it. You are saying us. When Allah, he says on us, that's mean Uthman. Now I will go with you.
Okay,
you see, for the sake of argument, I will go with you. No, hold on. For the sake of argument, Uthman was inspired by God. People make a video about this. We have something funny. So now Allah, he inspired Uthman to put the verse there, but this is wrong, because if he inspired him to put it there, and then we give after that 107 verses something, that means this is a wrong place, because today I completed your religion for you. Today I completed my favor upon you. He's talking about today. Yes. And then you insert it in the wrong day, and then I am a Muslim supposed to read the Quran.
Who are you saying
because it's wrong? Because it's not today. This is chapter 5.
You have
this verse can
the
be
Quran
right.
in its entirety.
This verse can be right.
In its entirety.
Okay, hold on. If this verse can be right, it's only if it is at the end of the book. At the end of the movie, you say, "Today I complete your religion for you. Today I perfected in religion for you. I choose Islam for you." That makes sense. At the end, the last thing Muhammad, he said, it should be this. So when you say that Uthman is the one who made the decision and he inspired by Allah, well, obviously the inspiration of Allah is a foolish inspiration, because this verse here does not make any sense to be inspired, because it is not today you completed our religion, and all what you said, pork for you is haram. How Islam became complete? Same time. Let me ask you. Is this verse, all of it came together?
Look, CP, I want to say that you try to, you know, determine what God does. Like, it's not up to you. What God inspires people to do, and how Allah reaches out to people is not up to you. It's up to Him. It's up to His will.
No, this is because you're a believer. Because you're a believer, you say that. My friend. My friend, you are a believer. You say whatever you want, no problem. But for me, I don't believe in this God Allah. This God Allah, he said you have half a brain, so I cannot believe in him. Allah, he said you are stupid. I can't believe in him. Allah, he said you cannot be a witness in the court, only in the case of borrowing money. And two of you have to witness against one man. So I cannot trust this God. But I want to change topic. Hold on. So now you confirm to me that your prophet was bewitched, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
but for a small period of
But isn't
time,
it
and then he was cured by Allah.
Okay.
And also,
hold on.
look,
Okay, he was
you're
treated by
Christian,
Allah.
so
Why Allah did
why
not
don't
say?
you have
Why Allah
no,
did not?
no,
Why
no,
Allah did not
Christian
say?
Prince, I have a question.
Hold on.
You're always
Why
asking
Allah?
questions. I want to ask
You can ask me
questions.
after we finish topic. Hold on. Why Allah did not keep His promise? Isn't it the Quran says?
He did.
No.
Keep
Okay.
his
Hold on.
promise,
Okay.
didn't he?
Let's see. Let
He
us see.
did though.
Let us
See
see.
how the promise is kept. Let me explain to you.
Okay.
Let me explain to you. You're asking me a question.
Ah.
You said he didn't keep his promise, but he did. He's the one who cured him. He's the one who sent those people to him so that they can show him exactly what happened to him.
All right.
And the curse was broken by Allah, so he did protect him. So I don't understand why you're asking like,
chapter 113, chapter 113, it says, according to your prophet, the one who recites this chapter will be protected from magic, correct?
Yes.
So how come he was not?
Because you cannot question how
Here we
Allah.
go again. You can't question. You see, if I say to you,
okay,
if I am a doctor, okay, hold on. If I am a doctor, if I'm a doctor and I say to you, if you take this medicine, you will be fine, and then I am not fine, obviously you are a doctor who's trying things on me. So is Allah a doctor trying medicine on us, or he is sure? If he is sure, well, the Quran here saying that I seek refuge by Allah from the dawn, etc., blah 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 blah, and those who blow in the knots and those who practice the secret art supposedly is the one who practiced the magic on Muhammad. And this verse, the whole chapter, the purpose of it is to protect the Muslims, including Muhammad.
Yes.
Actually, this verse was said to Muhammad specifically. Yeah.
You in your Bible, he was struck, he was abandoned by God, and he suffered and all that.
Who?
Ayub, right?
Okay.
I think.
He was abandoned.
Yeah. So he was abandoned by God, and he suffered and all that, even though he was a good person. And then God delivered him.
Give me a reference so we can read, and people will see that you are talking wrong. But anyway. Go ahead with the story.
No, the story of Ayub is it's in your Bible. I know it is in your Bible,
I know,
and it says,
you don't
God,
have a story. You don't have a story in your Quran. All the stories is taken from the Bible, and your prophet is a thief.
Yes, but I'm trying to explain to you in a terms that make sense to you. Like prophet, is he a prophet? But anyway, Prophet Ayub, in your Bible, he was abandoned by God, even though he was chosen by him, and he suffered a lot, and then Allah in the end he delivered him, and then he made him prosperous, and he made him better again. It's the same way with the prophet, peace be upon him. He was abandoned for a bit, maybe he might have been bewitched, but at the end of the day, who cured him and who protected him, that's Allah. So it makes sense to me that like there's no conflict in this story in my head.
But you see, you're mixing things up. Was this person under black magic? No. If he was poor,
yes, but,
okay, hold on. If
the favor of God left him.
No. Okay, no problem. God can lift me, but this does not mean that. If you see Muhammad here, did God lift him?
He did.
She just said something very important. Allah, he left Muhammad.
No, I didn't say that.
For how long? For how long? You did. You just did.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that. What I said was.
No, you just did. In the Bible, it says that Ayub, the Arabic name for him, he was the most perfect person. He was the most perfect person, So.
Okay, then, but then he still suffered, right? He still suffered.
He suffered because he's good, not because he's bad.
Okay, but what I'm trying exactly. So the same way the prophet
here Muhammad
he suffered
in which way? Muhammad he's talking about sex. We are talking about a guy, he imagined himself doing things he did not do. I mean, if how you can compare between the two stories?
No.
About a good guy, and Muhammad, he is doing the opposite. So look what happened. If I ask you what is black magic is, can you tell me what the black magic is? Is it from Allah or from Shaitan?
No, it's not from Allah. It cannot be.
It's from whom?
Yeah, it's not from Allah.
It's from who?
It's not from Allah.
From who?
Yeah, it depends, you know, like
What
I'm not
depends? I mean,
certain.
okay, if it's not from
Look,
Allah,
I don't,
okay, is black magic something evil or is good?
it's not good, of course, it's not
Okay,
good.
so is it evil or good?
It's bad, it's not good, yeah.
Okay, can you say the word evil or you cannot?
Yeah, okay, it's evil.
Okay,
Yeah.
what if I show you that the one who taught magic is Allah?
Oh, no. I think you're gonna go to the story of Harut and
Doesn't matter. The only
no.
one, the only one who taught magic is Allah.
Okay, but that's not black magic. You
It
said
is.
black magic.
It is.
You didn't.
There's nothing
You
called
didn't
white.
say.
There's nothing is called white magic and black magic. Magic is magic. Did your God Allah open a Harry Potter school to teach magic? Yes or no?
You're conflating certain stories in
I'm
the
not.
Quran. And
I'm not. And just to show you, if I ask you, if somebody doing magic for someone to divorce his wife, is that a good magic or a bad magic? Is it evil or good?
yeah, okay, it's not good.
Okay, so Allah, He opened a school. Guys, she said, and thank you for being honest, chapter 2, verse 102, it says that Allah, He opened a school for Harry Potter. He sent two angels, their name is Harut and Marut. And he taught magic to the people. And
But
he taught
it's
them this
specific.
magic. Hold
It's
on.
specific. It's a specific magic. It's
Okay,
not
but
like
you just said it's not good. But you just said this is not good. So, guys, Allah, He taught a specific magic, and the purpose of it is to make a wife divorce her husband. I mean, how evil is that more than this?
you know, like I think maybe there's a reason for this that's
There is a
not
reason. So
mentioned.
now if I
There's not-
don't know if you are
maybe
married or
it's not
not,
mentioned.
my friend, with my respect to your family, if you are married, imagine somebody now, he used the magic which he learned from the school of Allah, and the purpose is to make a Darax divorce her husband. I mean, what kind of God he opened such a school?
Maybe it's for a good reason, you know? Like
Give it
you
a good
don't
reason.
never know.
Is it divorcing you from your husband is a good reason so your children will be homeless? Is that a good reason? I ask you, is divorcing people, causing people to divorce, is that a good thing? You said this is not bad. You said bad yourself a second ago. So it's bad. There's no question about it. Destroying family is bad. So what kind of God? He sent two angels to open a school of Harry Potter. They come with their broom.
Wait,
and they
let
are
me
teaching
read
you
this
now how to do shalalu, shakaku, halalu, lalu. Now they're actually hate her husband.
No.
Secondly, you see, the verse in the Quran saying, Suleiman is not the one who disbelieved. Okay, why? Because Suleiman is practicing black magic. Okay, what kind of a prophet he practiced black magic?
Black magic?
Well, yeah, Suleiman, Allah, He gave him, Suleiman, he have a ring. He controlled his kingdom with it. And this ring, if he take it off...
Yes.
Okay, you believe in this story, right? He have a ring, okay?
I mean, it's not in the Quran, though. I think...
no, but the story is coming from here. The story is coming from here, you know? The story... Okay. So the story is saying that Allah He made this man Suleiman have a ring, and this ring is a magical ring, correct?
You know, we're going all sorts of places. We
are still in one place. Trust me, we are still in one place. Because if a black magic is evil, and Muhammad was controlled by black magic for a day or 10 or 40 or for 10 years, it doesn't matter. And then we find that the black magic is coming, and then the evil magic is coming from Allah. There's no knowledge. All the knowledge in the world is coming from Allah. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, what I want to say, can you let me speak 1 second?
Okay.
So that
No, I'm just trying to put things
maybe?
together. Black magic is coming from the knowledge of Allah. Allah opened a school. People join the school. He made them sign disclaimer that this is to do this. They agree with the disclaimer. And then they go start practicing black magic. How foolish that is to be. Go ahead.
Okay, what I want to say is that it's possible for God's favor to leave good people. But it's not a sign that they are bad people. It's not a sign that they're not prophets of God. This is apparent even in the Bible. So your argument about his bewitchment is not. It's not sensible. It's not fair. You have stories in your Bible where your God leaves your prophet, even if he's a good person. So for you to bring up, stories about the prophet and then, making fun, even though the same exact hadith,
you see, you are mixing things up. You are mixing things up. Okay, hold on. You are mixing things up. Those prophet, none of them he got to what your prophet he have. Your prophet obviously is mentally ill. Let me ask you: if somebody tried to kill himself, is he crazy?
Yes.
Is he bewitched? Is he stupid? Is he what? Why somebody would try to kill himself?
God knows. What do you mean? Like, it's not a good thing.
If somebody he decided to kill himself, is that an act from God or from Satan? The idea. Who put the idea?
It means they're struggling.
But who put the idea in your head?
It means they're
struggling. Okay, but who you think is the one behind the idea to kill yourself?
Oh man,
is it God?
I've seen. I've been seeing your lives. Like, I've been watching some of your videos for a while, so I know which hadith you're gonna bring up.
Okay.
But the fact is that incident was because, he felt like maybe the revelation from Allah wasn't coming to him, and he felt abandoned by God maybe, but then Jibril came to him, right? And he comforted him. So that's the beauty of it, right? Like, even when you are at your lowest, even when you're
this is not what happened.
Feeling like you've been abandoned.
This is not what happened.
You get delivered by God. And
just to show you that the story about Muhammad being bewitched is actually explanation of Muhammad being mentally ill. So Muslims and the Arab at that time, anything they cannot explain, they say he was bewitched. So if you read the story with me, you will see that the angels keep coming to him each time he climbed the mountain to throw himself, correct?
Okay.
Yes. And then what is the angel says to him?
He comforted him, right?
No, how he comforted him? What he said to him? There's a sentence.
I have to look it up.
Okay, in front of us it says, you are indeed Allah messenger, correct? You are indeed Allah messenger in truth. Whereupon his heart would become quiet and he would calm down and return home.
Yes, that's the beauty. Why don't you see the beauty in this?
But Muhammad, he came the second day to do the same thing.
At your lowest.
Listen.
He came to him, he sent his angel to him, he made him.
All right, guys. Yes. Okay, he sent the angel to him, he told him, you are indeed Allah messenger. Did Muhammad believe in that?
Huh? Sorry?
Did Muhammad believe in what the angel said?
Yes, of course.
So why he comes second day to kill himself again, and the third day, and the fourth day, and the fifth day? Is that a joke? If Muhammad is not mentally ill, an angel of God, he came to me. He said to me, I'm already a prophet. I met this angel many times. He spoke to me many times. He saw him with 600 wings. Okay, no problem. Wonderful. So why in the world he will go to the top of the mountain? Then the angel appeared to him, and then he said to him, Muhammad, don't do it. For sure you are a messenger of Allah. Muhammad, he liked it. He go back home. Second day, he woke up in the morning. He put his shoes. He put iPhone 13 in his hand. He climbed the mountain because he need the direction GPS. So he go to the mountain, top of the mountain, to throw himself again. Obviously, he's mentally ill.
No, sir.
Okay, you convince your son. You are not God. You are human. You are not God, and you convince yourself now that I am a prophet of God. So what was the problem? Muhammad himself, he don't trust he is a prophet of God. That's why he want to kill himself. Because what the angel said to him, what the story is saying.
We all have doubts. Don't you have doubts?
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, lady. Guys, Muhammad, he have a doubt that he is a prophet.
No.
You just said that. No. So Muhammad, he don't. It's all this. It's in front of you. Listen. You can deny it. You just said it, and the story in front of you. Muhammad, he have a doubt that he is a prophet of Allah. And then the angel, his duty is what? To come to him, says, listen, you are a prophet of Allah for sure. Come on, don't kill yourself. Come on, Abdul. And Muhammad, okay, I'm a prophet of Allah. I will go home. Then Muhammad, he go to sleep. He take a shower, with dead dogs and women blood from period. And then he wake up in the morning. He take his iPhone. He go to Home Depot and he climb the mountain. And he decide to kill himself. And now you explain to me that everyone have a dove. This is not a dove. This is mentally ill. Because yesterday the angel just came to him, says to him, you are a prophet of Allah. Stop it. That's mean Allah is communicating with him. He have no reason to go and do that. Allah, he did not leave you alone. Allah, he sent you an angel. And the angel, he comfort you, as you said. So the confrontation of the angel is not working. Secondly, if Allah is all-knowing of the future.
It did work. It did work. I mean, this
it did not work. Let me tell you why.
This is
if
initially.
Allah want to save Muhammad from killing himself, throw him from the top of the high mountain, why he waited and then the poor guy go to the top of the mountain? Why Allah don't send the messenger, the angel, in front of his room? Hey, Muhammad, where are you going? Don't go to the top of the mountain. So he leave the poor Muhammad. They climb in the mountain. He sweat. He go. Now he's on the top. Now he's going to throw himself. And now the angel appear. I mean, what a joke! What a joke!
No, God comes to our deliverance whenever He feels like
okay, so Allah, He come to your deliverance only when you are okay. So how come? You see, no problem. I have no problem with God come when He want, do what He want, no problem.
Yes,
I'm a question. You're a prophet. You're a prophet already converted by the angel. To him, you are a messenger of Allah. Already, he received tons of chapters from the Quran. So why he's trying to kill himself? Because he's mentally ill.
No, it's because
let us give you more proof. Let us give you more proof. Have you ever heard of somebody?
I just I just called you because.
No, you called me because now you're in trouble, my friend. You're in trouble. Have you ever heard of somebody? He is smart and he is not mentally ill. He take a shower with dead dogs and women blood from period and stinky garbage.
Oh no.
What no?
I'm not gonna talk about that.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about
because shameful. Obviously, Muhammad is mentally ill. Because a person he have no mental issue, he will not go and jump in such a place. This is why you don't want to talk about it.
Look, certain hadiths, they're not very reliable.
Oh, it says sahih. I will show you only what is sahih. I will not show you something not sahih. Here we go. This is sahih in front of your eyes. This is sahih in front of your eyes. This is sahih in front of your eyes. I'm not going to show you anything is not sahih. So when you say a certain hadith, you see how you deny it yourself right away because it is embarrassment. So what you do, in order to get away from the madness of your prophet, you jump to a conclusion saying, oh, I'm not going to accept this. Even in my book, it says Sahih.
Okay. Well, look, for that, the circumstances are not clear to me. Maybe there was a reason why.
Why?
Okay, maybe there was a reason. Maybe there was a reason why he felt like.
My friend, you see, if there is a reason, people they will ask him for the reason. He will give them the reason, and he did. They ask him why you are doing this. He gave the reason. You see, I'm not. I don't want to insult you. I don't want to put you down. But I'm trying to speak to you in any language you like. They ask him why you are doing this. They ask him and he gave the answer. He says, so what? Water is always pure, but who believe in such a garbage? Water is all pure. This is a small body of water. It's not running water. It is a dry.
I think, okay, could you agree with me that maybe this isn't like quite literal the way we understand it? Maybe this is a sort of
my friend, what
representation.
It says listen.
A representation of the fact that water is purifying.
No.
Water is
this water
purifying.
is not going to purify you. This water will make you more dirty because you see, you're a prophet. He said in a different hadith.
No, but spiritually,
if a dog, what spiritually? Muslims don't have anything spiritual in the whole Quran. You can search. You will see no spiritual things. Okay,
that's a lie. What are you saying?
I will challenge you. I will take your challenge to show me the spirituality in Islam. You will see none. All your Islamic practice is ritual, no spiritual. From kissing the black stone, from going around the Kaaba to doing Hajj. Dua is not a spiritual. It is a ritual.
How?
Because
you
have to say it in certain way. You have to say it in certain way. You have to say it in certain time. You have to say it and repeat it in certain way. This is not dua. Is something you say from your heart. not somebody telling you what to say.
We don't have
now
to.
Listen, we will go there. We will go there. Okay, like, you know, may Allah kill the Christian. This is spiritual, right? Oh, Allah, don't make us the same as the Christian and the Jews, the lost Christians and the cursed Jews. This is what the Quran is saying. So this is a ritual. This is not ritual. This is evil. Focus with me. So now you're a prophet jumping in the dump water. There's dead dogs and women blood from period, and you come to me and you say this is spiritual. Explain.
I'm telling you that maybe we don't have to take it very, like, this story might be.
There's that dog.
No. Okay.
Don't tell me the word maybe. Please. You know, I want to listen to you. I want to listen to you. But I don't want to talk to someone have a brain of a kid. I respect you, you're an adult, and speak to me as an adult. Don't tell me maybe. Is it maybe, or
yes.
Is it a maybe a dog, or it's a real dog? It's maybe women blood from period, or it is a real blood.
Okay. Does Jesus in the Bible talk about parables? Like, you know, he gives examples.
This is not a parable. Like, this guy is jumping.
He talks about.
Don't jump, please. Does it say this is a parable, or it say this is a true story? They found him taking a shower with dead dogs. If it says a parable, I will accept. I'm not making things up. There's a story in front of us. They say to him, "Are you doing this?" Read me carefully. Abu Dawood, I heard Qutayba and Sa'id saying, I asked the person in charge of the well. Actually, let's go to the part. Hold on, I jump here. I heard that the people asked the Prophet of Allah, water is brought to you from the well of Bida'ah, is the well of which dead dogs and menstrual clothes and excrement of people thrown in. Muhammad, he says, water is always pure. More story here.
Maybe when he says that,
it was said, "Oh Allah Messenger, shall we use the water of Bida'ah to perform ablution, which is menstrual rags and flesh of dogs and garbage dumped in it?" He says, water is always pure. Continue. It was said, "O Messenger of Allah, you perform wudu." He performed wudu there in the well.
Okay. I've read it. I've seen this slide.
So is that ritual? Is that a spiritual, or this is physical?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how to justify this. I don't know.
I can. So, he's crazy. This is an act of a crazy man. Muhammad, he have a drinking water in his house.
No, don't say that. Don't
Muhammad, he have a drinking water in his house. Do he drink from the same water? No.
Okay.
So why he's doing this?
Okay. So I haven't found a reasonable explanation for this.
You don't
but
have
I can
a reason.
tell you,
you cannot, because
I can.
Obviously
for me,
he is mentally ill.
But for me, at least, you know, like, I can give you what I think, right? I'm not gonna claim that this is, you know, like, it's the understanding of every Muslim. First of all, when I'm calling here, you know, I'm calling on behalf of me. I don't want people to think that, you know, like, I'm speaking for everybody. But for me, the way I understand it is that this might be a parable of sorts, where he's talking about maybe the purifying nature of water.
Maybe this happened when he was under the practice of a black magic.
Okay, I want to move away from this, because I claimed that I don't know, so I just want to move away from it. Okay. I think I've addressed what I wanted to. I have told you that,
one more thing. I want just to make it more clear how much you understand of your religion. Is Muslim women are allowed to see people in the street if they are dressed like, I mean, nothing?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, should you cover your eyes when you see a man, or you can see a man?
You should lower your gaze, but I mean, you're allowed to watch. What do you mean? Like, you're supposed to see people, yeah?
Okay, I'm asking you.
You lower your gaze. You're not supposed to look lustfully at other people, but you can watch people like a normal person. So.
All right. So you cannot do that. If you do that, what does that mean? If you do such a thing, you look closely on those people. If a man, he see a woman and he look at her in a very bad way, and she is not his, is he a bad person?
It's not advised, yeah, but
what is that? Is it he's a bad or he's a good?
We have to control our lust, is what I'm trying to tell you, right? Obviously, we're human beings, so what happens in the end is, it depends.
If I go to
on the circumstances. It depends on the circumstances.
Don't give me. See, you are not being honest now. Can a man look at a woman? She is not his in a sexual way.
Wait, sorry. Could you repeat that question?
Can a man look at a woman in a sexual way? Just looking, he's not doing anything. And he, you know, he like what he sees.
We should lower our gaze and we shouldn't look lustfully at others.
So a man, he should not look at a woman. If I'm sitting in front of my home and a woman walk by,
Yes.
I should not look at her in any way, have lust on it, correct?
Yes, that's advised.
Okay,
yes.
advice.
But
I like
again,
the word advice. What advice mean? Is that a sin? Is that a sin or it's good?
Yeah.
If I see a woman, let us say a woman, she walked in front of my house.
It's not good.
It's bad, right? Okay.
It's not good.
So how do you explain to me, your prophet, a woman, she walked by his house and he stared at her and he got so horny. He got horny from what? From looking at her iPhone 13?
Again, like I said, sir, it depends. Again, you can, you know, human beings are fallible, right?
Okay, but you're a prophet teaching you, but your prophet is not teaching you what you say, that you have to lower your gas. Your prophet now is practicing the opposite. Look, let me ask you, you as a woman, when you go in the street, are you allowed to look with your eyes and see people in the street?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You're not supposed to.
If a friend of your if a friend of your husband, he's a nice person, he come to visit you, and you are wearing the hijab, are you allowed to see him? And your husband is there.
No.
Your husband is there. You can see him.
Yeah.
You can or you cannot.
Just in general, you're not supposed to lustfully look at any people. You're supposed to lower your gaze and have pure intent when you interact with people.
What if your husband, friend, he is blind? Is it okay if you are in the room not wearing hijab?
What kind of scenario is this? Like,
well, I'm asking. I want to learn. I'm asking you. Is it okay to wear hijab and he is blind? He's blind. He cannot see you. Is it okay?
Sure, why not?
Sure,
yeah,
why not?
Sure.
So,
sure.
Do you agree with me that if your husband, he says to you, you have to wear hijab because there's a blind man in the room, that will make him crazy?
It doesn't. You should wear your hijab anyway.
No, inside the house you wear hijab. You're inside your house, and the man inside your house is visiting your husband. He's next to you, and he's blind.
Yeah, but he...
Why do you want to wear the hijab? Is the guy is blind?
Well, because he's not mahram, right? So he at the end of the day should wear
hijab. He cannot see you. The hijab, the purpose of the hijab, to prevent him from seeing things he should not see, correct?
The purpose is modesty.
No, the purpose is he cannot see you. He should not see things is
forbidden
to see.
I don't know where we're going with this. I'm
asking
so confused.
you.
Okay,
I want to see how much honest. I want to see how much honest you are. So if you have the cousin of your husband, he's coming to your house and he is blind, and you are sitting next to your husband. You're not alone. I'm not going to be alone in the room. I'm saying you are with your husband in the same room. Let us say living room.
If there's anyone who's not mahram to you, you have to wear your hijab. That's what I know.
The guy is blind.
That's what I'm telling you.
The guy is blind. Should you cover yourself in the front of a blind guy?
You know, why should you follow different rules for different people?
I'm not asking you for different rules. I'm not asking you. The purpose of the hijab. You see, my friend, you are being hypocrite now. You are being hypocrite. Just because you don't want to see that your prophet is mentally ill. A man, he came to visit Muhammad, and this man is blind. And he ordered his wives to cover themselves. I asked you, can you see people? Can you walk in the street, see people? You see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Do you watch TV? Yes, you do. There's no different. The person in the TV, he cannot see you. You watch a movie, the guy, he cannot see you. And you are not wearing hijab. You are wearing whatever clothes you have. So now it's okay because he cannot see you. So your prophet, he come with a conclusion or logic because his wives get him busted. Mm-hmm. He ordered his wife to wear hijab. The guy is Ibn Maktoum. He is a blind man. He come to visit Muhammad. He told the wives, cover yourself, cover yourself. The wife, they said, cover yourself from what? He is a blind man. He said, oh, well, he is blind, are you? Based on this, Muslim women, they should not see any man. So if hijab mean that a woman, she cannot be seen, that's mean Muhammad is a fool, because the man, he cannot see her, he's a blind, totally blind, born blind. If the hijab mean that even a blind man we have to wear in front of him, that means Muslim women, they cannot see any man, including a blind man, without hijab. And this is totally stupid, because the purpose of the hijab, that is someone, he is a stranger for you, not like your brother or your father, he should not see your hair because it's a private part, which is very funny. So now the man is blind, they will not talk. Muhammad, he is not even talking. He said he cannot even recognize us. He do not know us. He never saw us. He cannot recognize us. So he will not even notice we are here. He says, oh, he's a blind. Are you blind too? This is an answer of a crazy man, not of a man he have any logic. Not a man who have a, because his wife got him busted. They gave him an answer which is showing that he's stupid. Well, he's blind. Why do you want to wear hijab? So now I ask all Muslims, if you are truthful, follow the Prophet of Islam, then you should not let your wife go in the street. Actually, you now are committing sin according to Islam. Isn't it your Prophet? He says your voice is a awra. Your voice is a private part. The women, she have 10 private parts.
No,
yes,
come
it
on.
is.
You can talk to anybody. Like, there's no. See, you're making up stuff now.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Okay, but
what?
I don't understand. First of all, I don't agree with what you just said, all of it. You know,
Do you want me to show you? Do you want me to show you a video of a sheikh in English? Huh?
Look, CP, I came to answer your
You could not answer anything. Thank you very much for calling. Anyway, but I can show you the fatwas, you know, which is proving that you are. And not only that, you know, if you want to speak to a Muslim woman, you have to talk to her from behind the hijab. And look what you said. You said it's wrong for a man to look at a woman, she is not his. Your Prophet, when he went to to Zainab, he went to the house of Zainab when Zayd was not there. And he said to her, Subhanu mu'allif al-qulub, praise be to Allah, the one who made my heart flip for you. So your Prophet, your God Muhammad, he go to the house of his own son, wife, and he flirt with the wife when the husband is not there. And who is the one reporting those stories for us? You Muslims. Is that correct? Sorry, I'm making things up.
No, I've read that. I've seen it on your live.
No, don't tell me I see it in my life. Is it in your book?
I struggle.
Okay.
I struggle with that story. I don't know. I don't know what this is about. You know, I'm not.
What do you mean you don't know? You see, my friend, listen. You have to be honest. You struggle with this story because this guy, he is teaching you supposed to be decent. Then he himself is the last one to be decent. He go to the house of a man. He's married. Regardless his wife like him, don't like him, she is his wife. So Muhammad, a woman, she walked in front of him, he got horny. A woman in her house, she is not doing anything wrong. She is in her house. And she opened the door for someone, supposedly he is the father of her husband at that point. So again, she did nothing wrong. And look what your Prophet do. He go to the house of the man, he flirt with the women, and he said to her, oh, praise be to Allah. Even he used the name of God. He abused it to make it lawful for him to flirt with married women. How even you insert the name of your God there? Aren't you ashamed? How you say praise be to Allah for a woman, she is married? My heart flip for you. Allah, he make it a flip for you. And then he made a verse in the Quran saying, Allah, he told me to tell you. Why do you want to divorce you liar? A second ago you were in the house of the guys flirting with the wife. When the husband, he came back, the wife, she told him, your father was here and he said this to me. The story says, Fatina Zayd, he got it, Zayd. He went to his father's house, he said, Father, I want to divorce her. He knew that there is a relationship between them. And look how bad this wife, she did not say to him, shame on your father. Look what he did. She loved it. Because why she went and married the poor man who was adopted? He was just a slave. And she will not have the king. So she loved the opportunity. She will be the toy of Muhammad. She will be spoiled. Can you answer this? Isn't it this is a behavior of a person, he is mentally ill? He's mentally ill. A person who have a brain. Let us say, for the sake of, he's a true prophet or not. Let's say he's not a true prophet. But if he have a little brain, he will not do this, because obviously this is wrong.
Maybe, maybe there's a wisdom behind this story. That,
there's a wisdom.
It's not
Guys, there is a wisdom to go to the house. Okay, I go to the house of the Raqs. Hold on, the Raqs. I don't mean to insult you. No, it's for me to ask. You see, you keep saying don't ask because you're trying to protect a filthy man. So you are saying now, a man, he go to your house, and now you are in the house of your husband, and you are married, and this house is claimed to be a long beard sheikh, and then you open the door for him, trust in him, and he said to you, may Allah, he made my heart to flip for you, and you say there's a wisdom behind that.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that maybe there's something we're missing in this story.
What missing? I have the whole story in front of you.
I'll openly admit that this story doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't think it's right. But the fact of the matter is, we don't have the wisdom of God. So I don't know why.
God, you have no wisdom. I don't want to use a language which is not fit to speak to a lady. But obviously, Aisha, she got him busted. She said, Inni ara rabbuka yusari'u ila hawaka ya Muhammad. I see that your God, he run into your temptation, Muhammad. So this God, he always in the service of the private part of Muhammad. And Aisha, she got him busted. Why does God, he always run into temptation? Look, this is Aisha. This is Aisha. This is not a Christian woman. She said she noticed Muhammad. He made a verse saying any woman she give herself to the prophet to do what with her? To have sex with her. What kind of a prophet? He need women. Already you have many women. Why you are making a verse says any woman she wish to give herself to the prophet? And then Aisha, she said, it seemed that your Lord hastened to satisfy your desire. Aisha, she is not a fool. She knew that her husband is a fraud.
I don't think it's this. I don't think it, like, the context of it is just to show that
read it. The women, they are offering
he has
themselves.
The favor of God.
Okay,
he has the favor of God.
Okay, take care. Yeah, it's just a waste of time. It is a waste of time because simply you are not being honest. A prophet of God who believe in God, he teach people decency, yet he is the last one to be decent. And how he teach people decency? You can go and rent a woman for 3 days. He teach people how to clean themselves, and how he clean himself, he go and jump in the dirty water, have dead dogs and women blood from period. He claimed not to be thief, but all his religion start by theft. Even his marriage to Khadija was by making the father drunk. This is in your Islamic books. And they made him dress clothes when he is sleep, drunk. He woke up in the morning. He said, why am I wearing those clothes? Khadija, she said, you forgot you married me to Muhammad. He said, no, I did not. The first thing he did in his life was a fraud. And why God need to make a verse saying any woman she want to give herself to the prophet? What is that? Always all cult leaders, they share one thing. They want your wife and your money. Let us call Muhammad. He just sent me a message. Yes, Muhammad, how are you? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I hear you. Go ahead. What you send me in the chat, I want people to hear what you said.
Hello?
You hear me?
Hello?
You don't hear me now?
Hello?
Let me call you back. We lost you again. It says unavailable. think he have a bad connection. Well, he is welcome to call. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Muhammad, I hear you. Sheikh Muhammad, how are you?
Yes.
So I saw a text from you. I want people to hear what you
Yes.
decide. What you decide?
I accept it.
I accept what?
I accept Jesus as my Savior.
I mean to that. Hallelujah. We are so happy to Sheikh Muhammad. He is the best Sheikh, and now he is going to be the best Christian. Praise the Lord.
I have a real big problem about now.
What is your problem?
I have to leave this country.
You will find your way.
Maybe yes.
You will find your way. No problem. You know, always the Lord, He open doors, my friend. So we are happy for our friend. Please, all of you, put him in your prayer. Our friend Sheikh Muhammad, he decided to accept Jesus as his Lord and as his Savior. And this
I
is...
accept it because I know there is something who is true about Jesus. That's the reason. Because, but I asked for him. I asked for him many days, many nights, but still he don't show himself to me.
What happened today?
Today,
Yeah. Well, you accepted him today.
I made a decision today.
What made you make the decision? Just because he's good?
I made this decision because I struggle with myself to believe in such a stuff.
So, you know, Islam doesn't make any sense. Islam is silly. Islam is stupid. And now you have an option of Christ, which is a very extremely amazing person. Correct?
But now I have more problems than before.
No, you don't. You have zero problem.
You are
Problems.
saying this.
No. You see, problems, they are exist as long as we see them as a problem. I find that sometimes problems are the best things happen to us. You see, everything happened to me in my life, which I thought it was a problem. It turned to be something good for me.
You are not in my position right now.
My friend, you can, you know, if being in that country, you can leave that country, whatever country you are in. This is not really, this is temporary problem. Secondly, you know, the Lord, He says, they don't fear those who destroy the body, fear those who destroy the soul. So your soul is saved and you accepted the Messiah as your Lord, as your Savior. The second step is read more the gospel, get close to the Lord, and find your way out of this country, because your life is insecure there. And you know what? Things happen for a good reason. Maybe the Lord, He want to send you to a different country so you can be a person, a disciple, to speak of Him, to bring more Muslims. You see, the lady, she called me. She was saying about a prophet in the Bible, Ayub. You know Ayub, right? So Ayub,
This girl is lost.
yeah, but Ayub, he struggled
girl
because he's a good person, not like Muhammad. Muhammad struggling from what? Too many women, too much money, too much filth. I mean, this guy is obviously mentally ill and he is filthy. So you cannot compare
I'm
between
sorry
this
for
and
the
that.
black guy. I'm sorry for the black guy who have called you. I'm sorry for him because of,
He will leave Islam, trust me. All of them, they call in the beginning. You see, just 2 months ago, I have a seminar, and all who attend my seminar, they are black people. There's only 2 white people. All of them, they are either from Nigeria. Most of them, actually, there's Nigeria, there's other, you know, African countries. But all of them, they were shocked, and they could not believe that this is what Islam is about. I asked one of them, I remember, what do you think about Islam? He says, the good thing about Islam, it teaches self-respect. And then after...
if you have,
Yeah,
for real, if he has self-respect, then he don't join Islam.
no, he's
Look,
not a Muslim. He's not a Muslim.
I'm living here. I have many black people around me, but they are slaves.
Islam make you a slave even if you are black or white.
They
doesn't
are
matter.
slaves.
Yeah, Islam is a religion of slavery.
They are real slaves. We are slaves too for Allah, but they are slaves, yeah, for us.
Yeah, well, I'm so happy for you, Muhammad. You know, I ask all the Christians here to pray to our brother Muhammad to know the truth more and to get close to the Lord. And I advise you to read the Bible, the Gospel. You can start from the Gospel of John and read carefully, and don't read by your lips, read by your heart. Live the story, don't read the story. We are not Muslims who recite and memorize empty words. The Bible is not Quran. Quran is an empty, false statement, mean nothing. They don't even make sense. The verse before it doesn't make sense with the verse after it, etc. So read with your heart, live the story, don't read words, live the words. This is my advice for you. If there's anything you want to say to the people that are listening to you as a message from you.
Don't make holidays in Syria or stuff like that.
Is that what make you go there? You went to do holiday and then you stuck?
No, I don't make holiday here. I went to Syria because I can live here under Islamic law. Yes, that's all.
All right. Well, my friend, I will be happy to receive more calls from you. And if you have Muslim friends, they can call me. It's time for me to go. I'm here for long, and I have some work to do.
If I tell them to call you, maybe they kill me.
Okay, well, tell them to call me after you leave the country, not now. All right?
Take care.
All right, take care, my friend. God bless you. Take care. Well, we are happy to our friend Muhammad who decided to leave Islam, and I hope that the lady who she called, I feel sorry for her. She's trying to give all kinds of excuses to the false prophet. Nobody can excuse that. How we can even, I cannot, you see, I don't want to say, can I compare between Muhammad and Jesus? That is an insult to my Lord. That is an insult. With the Messiah, we live. With Islam, you die. They rejoice for killing. We pray for their safety. You go to every single church, they pray to everybody, Hindus, Buddhas, Muslims. We pray for everybody's safety. We don't pray for death. We don't worship death. Our God is unique. Our God is holy. Their God is Satan. And we prove it every day. Jesus said, time will come and people think by killing you, they are doing a favor to God. Well, think carefully, my friend. If God want to save me, He will not kill me. He will send me a messenger, after messenger, after messenger. With Christ, we are new people. Christ is the one who restored the human inside us, because a human being became like an animal. I go to the house of my friend, I flirt with the wife of my friend, yet I claim to be a prophet. I see a child of my friend, she is 6 years old, I want to have her in the bed, yet I claim to be a prophet. I made verses saying to my followers, God told me any woman she want to give herself to me so I can sleep with her, and I don't want to use filthy language because the world is really ugly. I claim to be a doctor, but yet I say the most stupid things, sperm coming from the backbone of the man, and the sperm of the women come from the ribs, which women don't have a sperm. I claim to be a doctor. I explain how the earth is created. Professor in geology. People die laughing. And yet my followers, They fabricate videos trying to change what I said to make it fit with called science. A true believer don't do that. A true believer, he will not change his faith because of science. They are false. Science doesn't say that Mary, she can have a child without a man. I believe against science. Science doesn't say that there is someone he can fast for 40 days. Nobody can do that. I believe. But the most important to make me follow Jesus, that everything he said is beyond wisdom. One sentence of Christ's teaching will destroy all the books of wisdom. Love your enemy. If each one of us practice a sentence, you see they are meeting in the stupid United Nations, which is nothing but united of false leaders who bring a bunch of boys from Korea to stand on the stage to teach us morality. Love your enemy. If everybody love his enemy, this earth will turn into heaven, because then nobody have an enemy. Human beings, they are desperately in need of money and jobs and food, yet they spend trillions of dollars on arms and weapons to kill each other. They don't love their enemy. They want to kill each other. And this is a human being, the evil one. He is getting ready to destroy the whole earth again. And maybe this is his time when the judgment day will come, because the coming war will be different. The evil human being, he don't want to follow Jesus. Yet they claim to be Christian, and those they claim to be Muslims, and those they claim to be Buddha, but all of them, they follow nothing but the devil, those leaders. They seek one thing, the destruction of God's creatures, and we are included. Everything for them is a business. You watch the speeches in the United Nations, you will die laughing from being sad, not from happiness. Joe Biden, he says, we have no war. For the first time after 20 years, we have no war. Are you sure? We have no war. And that's it, we have no enemy. And we are living in heaven. Speeches. Who want to believe the fool except the fool? Taliban is going to be a member of the United Nations. How stupid is that? What happened to human right, women right, blah blah right? Everything is politics. Everything is a joke. Everything is a game. Everything is for sale. So my friend, with the Messiah, we are going to the straight direction with the Lord. He said, I am the way. I am the door. I am the life. I am the resurrection. And yet Abdul says to you, where Jesus says, I am God, worship me. Stay with the truth. Never be politically correct. Never. When you compromise with little thing, you end compromising with your honor. And then your faith. And then you are gone. You are just a soul owned by the devil. Don't believe in someone he promised you virgins in heaven. God is not a pimp. He's not. Don't believe in someone promised you little boys to serve you. Even slavery in heaven. Even in heaven there is slaveries, and the slaves are boys this time, which will be more ugly. Who can justify that? Unjust in heaven. Women are created just for my sexual desire in heaven, and they have no jealousy, which means this God, he destroy their nature as a human. They became just sex toys made from silicone. How filthy. But this is what happened when you follow satanic God and satanic prophet who was bewitched by little black magic, taken from his hair. What a joke. You try to defend Satan. Satan did not support you. As you see, none of them can answer anything, even though we go so easy with them. Follow Satan as you wish, and I follow God. We pray that the Lord forgive us for our sin. For all of us, we are sinners. We pray that the Lord, He will open the eyes of the Muslims. We pray that the Lord will bring more like Muhammad, who was so proud to be a Muslim just a few days ago, and today he accepted Jesus. We pray that this lady who called me to defend Muhammad, she will see the truth. And she herself, she said, I have a trouble with this story. How Muhammad, he go to the house with his own son and he flirt with his own son's wife. This is a satanic person. This is not the person who pretend to be, even for a second, a decent. He is not even pretending. He is saying to you that he is the devil. While Jesus said, if your eye is going to mislead you, you better take it away. Take it off. Unblock it. Muhammad himself, he go and he used his eyes to flirt with the one who trusted him, the one who considered him his own father. He gave him the key to his house. The Lord, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. And today we showed you the fruits of Muhammad. Ugly and no sugar coating. Thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you. Don't forget to download the video, share it with your friends. As you know, we don't keep our videos in my channel, and you understand why. God bless. For all of you, we pray. I mean to that. Thank you.